F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh
What is
out.
up? What is going
What's good?
down?
What's good? What's
Get your
good?
cups up.
happening?
What y'all drinking on tonight, man? What's good?
Hey, I'm gonna let J.Camp
Man.
start it off.
Man, what you drinking?
What is it tonight,
Man.
brother?
You know, little founders. You know, I go craft.
Go the craft joint. Okay, so you
Founders.
LQ in it.
Yeah, got the
Okay.
craft.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
craft. Little
Okay.
breakfast stout. You know.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Bebop
cool.
P was good, man.
Hey man, just got some of that body armor. You know.
Okay, coconut water. Okay, bedroom
Yeah,
bully action.
Yeah,
Okay, I see
yeah,
you. For the
yeah,
ladies,
yeah.
dog, you know what I
Say
mean?
I got it.
Yeah, and that's the show title. He Monica Lewinsky. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh! Stop!
Right.
You wouldn't
Yeah, I
want me to
mean,
hear.
Say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
Hey,
Say
man.
that.
Man. No,
Okay,
gosh.
I
No,
see
we
you
Say
just
that.
going with the coconut water. I see
Hey,
you know
man,
what
we
I'm
just
saying?
out here just trying to keep the name fresh out, clear like Mason Betha regarding the 504 Foreign deal out here, man. You know how we do. That's all.
Man.
Iceberg, brother. Iceberg.
Oh man, come
what's
on,
good, man?
Shout out to Sin for the P, man. The
Uh-oh.
show's brought to you by the game, that Fiji
The
water.
game.
You know what I'm saying? And by the game. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. Peace to
Shout
Sin
out,
for the
man.
P.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Absolutely.
toast to y'all brothers, man.
Hey,
shout out to Champion, man. Y'all been trying
Man,
to
come
flex
on,
on
man.
Champion, man. But
Yes.
shout out to
Hey,
Champion.
man, go to the website,
Up
rawthinner.com.
there.
Oh, and actually, our hip hop community, Raw Authentic,
That's
on
right.
Facebook, man. Go there, man. Check it out, man. A lot of dope
That's
stuff, man, on there. So
Go out,
if you're
check
new
it
to the
out,
show
check it
or
out.
this is your first time checking it out, man, Fresh Out Show IG, man. Check us out on all social medias on that joint. Hit that Cash App if you like what we do. Actually, man, if you hit the Cash App tonight, man, we're gonna sing y'all a t-shirt. We got some new merch coming.
That's right.
Hit the Cash App, man. You know, we're gonna hit y'all. And shout out to our guy over in Africa. We got some cats in Africa taking out the show. And we're gonna actually send him a shirt too, man. We gotta get global,
All
like
day.
Mike Bless. You know what I'm saying?
Global, baby.
But we got a dope show, man. Besides Monica Lewinsky, man, we got a dope show, man. And it's gonna be crazy. So it's gonna be dope, man. But
right.
Oh, and shout out LB the Power Father, man. Hold it down all day long.
Yep.
Shout out to Freddie G,
Peace.
man, for getting that album done too. We're gonna check him out, man, this month. Hopefully, soon.
Absolutely. Shout out to Freddie G,
shout out
man.
to Freddie, man. Get that album done, man. Anytime somebody's doing something big, man, we got to shout it out, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Style
sir.
versus substance out there, man. Style versus substance. Go ahead and check them out soon.
But
Absolutely.
man, we got a real dope show, man. We got if y'all didn't read the credits, man, we got Yummy Bingham in the building, man.
Bingham.
Shout out to Yummy. I'm
give a little
happy.
Looking forward to that
Happy.
one.
Yeah, I'm happy about that one.
Yeah,
Man,
J.Camp said he's Pharrell right now, so y'all be easy.
Yeah.
you know.
We got that young Nino Biege in the building too,
Nino
man.
Biege.
Shout out to
y'all know him.
Nino.
Y'all gonna get to know him tonight, man.
Yeah.
Real heavy in the game.
That's the homeboy right there.
Yeah,
Homeboy.
yeah,
man. But man, we got, like I said, man, start off, man, with just giving some shout outs, man. We had some deaths in the hip hop community. We consider them hip hop. You know what I'm saying? With Bill Russell, man, Boston legend, man. You know what I'm saying? With the rings, crazy with the rings. And Nichelle, man, with the Star Sex situation. What's your thoughts on that, real quick, man, before we go in?
Man, first of all, legend. Both.
Yes, both of them.
You know,
yes.
Bill Russell, definitely one of the most decorated athletes ever. Champion for people of color. You know, he was on the grindstone with cats like Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali, man. They, you know what I'm saying? They was putting that down for the people early in their careers with no funding. You know what I'm saying? During when racial tension and all that stuff was at its peak. So Bill Russell was out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Salute to that dude, man. And of course, his NBA career and just basketball career itself.
Yeah. Yep.
He's already we don't need to say more there. I mean, the polish is polished. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a smooth gold finish on his career, man, as a coach, player, all that, man. I mean, the dude just won a ridiculous amount of titles.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And done it with ease. You know what I'm saying? So, man, but shout out to Bill Russell. Rest in power, brother. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the family too. And just to the world, man. There's a lot of people mourning over Bill, man. And of course, the lovely, 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 lovely Miss Nichols. You know what I'm saying? Like she's one of the reasons why black people even watch Star Trek. You want to keep it all the way real.
Yep.
Because people's like, oh, I gotta see what Miss Nichols was doing. She was like one of the first Miss Parkers.
Man, she had them brads. She had them brads loving the chocolate. You know what I'm saying?
Pause, man.
Yeah, man.
Just a beautiful woman, beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
You know, all the William Shatner type cats, they couldn't stop talking about how good of a person she was, man. And
I want that brown sugar.
Right. I mean, but yeah, that's definitely a huge loss for Hollywood. You know, and just that franchise, because you can't replace her character. I know they tried to.
You can't. Yeah,
with the,
and they're still
the
trying.
new Star Trek.
Yeah, the Strange New Worlds.
She is she's the pioneer of that role. Like you can't. You can't take her legacy out of that, man. But again, man, rest in power to Miss Nichols. You know what I'm saying? The Star Trek family, salute to you. We lost a great one. What say you though, fellas?
Oh man, sheesh. Like you said, starting with Bill Russell, man, legend number one on this topic here. J.Camp, you already said this. Definitely one of the most successful, one of the most decorated athletes just in sports, man. Not even just in the NBA.
Probably the most, really.
Arguably, arguably, absolutely. What was it? 5-time MVP in the NBA, 12-time All-Star.
11 rings, bro. He needs two hands.
11 rings during a 13-year career.
Plus
That's big.
Titles as a coach.
Shout out Simply Marvelous too on the
There you go.
Man.
Peace
Shout out to Simply Marvelous. Absolutely.
51 rebounds in a single game. Like you said, with the civil rights, you know, he really stood up for Black Americans at a time where we all were getting just lambasted left and right. You know, he marched with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. He was connected, like you said, with Muhammad Ali. He was targeted by the FBI as being an arrogant Negro. So
all them cats were.
Oh yeah. So to go through unspeakable just acts of just torment, and to be able to carry yourself with dignity in the face of professionalism, that speaks volumes. So rest in peace to Bill Russell. And for those who really know me, man, I'm a Trekkie. I grew up a Trekkie. So when I saw the news of Nichelle Nichols, man, that really hit me too, man. Legacy number 2. You know, we're talking about a legacy songbird. Most folks might not know, but she was she sung she danced rather in the classic film Porgy and Bess way back then. So she ain't just way back. So it's not just Star Trek, and then that's where it started. Like she was when it came to Star Trek, she was the 4th in command. And speaking of Dr. Martin Luther King, he was the one that convinced her to stay on Star Trek when she was considering leaving.
Right. I wonder what he did to convince her, and where was that?
Well, I think it was just more of a situation where he made her
Iceberg
understand.
Already got the kufi on early. He got the kufi on early.
Stop.
Man. Plus old Spock had a thing for it too.
Oh man, come on, man.
Spock ain't crazy,
icy, dude. You know
Spock had a thing.
Hey man, and they even for those who might not know too, man, like all day Trekkie. You know, she was instrumental with the recruitment of diverse individuals in NASA. So it wasn't just a sci-fi thing; it was a real life thing when it came to space. And that's why you have some of the most instrumental people that might not be famous, but were instrumental in the exploration of space in real life. And she just deserves she just deserves a lot of respect from a legacy standpoint as well. She carried herself with dignity, with grace. She has a wealth of movies, so go ahead and check them out. Not just I mean Star Treks, but also the others out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's her most famous.
Yeah, role. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So go ahead and rest in peace to both of those powerhouse legends, man. They're both definitely going to be
missed, Spock said we ain't got them in Planet Vulcan.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
We ain't got none of them.
Hey, the Amazon dog with the Amazon Prime.
Stop.
2-day special. Hey, this is a question, man. Real talk, man. We had this conversation earlier today.
Yes,
do you consider Bill Russell more of a better player or bigger on your top 3 than Michael Jordan?
I would. I mean, just offhand, I don't.
It was
have
a different. Don't get me wrong. It's a different era,
right?
But
right.
What do you consider, man? Like, because my top 3, man. I got, of course, MJ, Bron, and Kobe. Because I just want Kobe on my team. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but I want him on my squad.
Okay.
But is Bill Russell up there to you?
Man,
that could be argued. That could be argued,
man.
Yeah,
there's so many legendary players.
Now, remember back then there was no 3-point and you couldn't dunk.
Right. So we always have to consider that.
But I will say, like, if I need a board, I think Bill Russell can get you a board when you really need it.
He was the godfather. Go ahead.
He did all the intangibles, all the little things that you don't really see sometimes show up in a box score. He did all those, man. Great defender, hell of a passer. Yeah. Like all those things that like most people have like one specialty. You know what I'm saying? Either you can get buckets or you're a great defender.
And he was an elite defender. He was an elite defender.
I mean, he was just well-rounded, man. I mean, he did everything well. Being an 11-time champ kind of solidifies that. Now, we do got to say, we got to put this qualifier on there. I don't want to say asterisk. That's why I'm going to say qualifier. Okay. Mm-hmm. He only had to go up against what, like 8-10 squads.
Like, yeah, fact. Yeah. And they was looking like straight the guys off of Full House and Bull. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
days go by.
Yeah, I won't go there and say they was like straight YMCA. Like you just
man.
But salute to Bill though, man. I mean,
absolutely salute to both of them, man. Sheesh, man.
Yeah, well, this is the thing too, man. That a lot of cats didn't have to deal with was, there was so many Tyrone Bighams up in that joint, and he was in Boston. Come on, man, you know what I'm saying?
True.
So to deal with the stuff like Jackie Robinson and getting that Kerry blood thrown on you and all that kind of stuff, man.
Oh wow.
He kind of paved the way for everybody else, man. So I can only imagine what he went through on the hate.
He did, man.
And that's what's so representative about these two that you have on this picture here, Iceberg, is that man. they both paved the way for those that came after them. I mean, with Bill Russell,
lived a great life too, man.
Wonderful life, man. Wonderful lives. They embody greatness.
Yeah,
they really embody.
There you go.
I keep saying embody.
There you go.
That's the N word coming out of me. So, it's just the greatness is what these two represent, man. And God definitely blessed them when He allowed them to be in our lives, man. So, shout out to Bill Russell. Shout out to Nichelle Nichols. Rest in peace. And you just won't get folks like this. You likely won't get folks like this again. In our lifetimes or likely ever, man. So. Go back and check out their works, on-screen films with Nichelle and some of the games or highlights of Bill. Arguably the godfather of basketball of NBA.
I definitely give him that, man, all day. Yeah. We ain't on Yummy, man, but in the meanwhile, man, like we gotta kind of like go in and just chop it about Mase real quick, man. Mase went in real heavy this week, and kind of killed the game a little bit, man. Like he's getting more on social, and like I said, real talk. Mase let me not say that. He's in my top 10. I know that's crazy, but Mase in my top 10. But let's be clear,
even just after saying that Cam gave him some shoes to rock.
Well, I mean, like they was young at the time, man. Like he said, too, by the time he got the bread, they was enemies by the time. But at the end of the day, to me, you got to be. What's crazy is he met Puff on a Wednesday, was recording on Friday, and the next week was in a video. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some crazy stuff, man. And so, like you said, you got to show love to the Harlem kid, man, and also he still put on his sister and all them cats, man. But he went in on Fivio and Diddy on the $1 million worth of game with Wallow and Gilly, man.
Yeah.
And no receipts. And then also I saw today that he's supposed to be signing, get with Snoop. I mean, I don't know if it's cap, but do y'all see a resurgence with Mase, man? Because like I said, he's been penning a lot of bull.
I think he's really just trying to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have something on the horizon with Death Row. I did see that video where he was, getting it in on the donut, while getting ready to meet up with Snoop.
It was nice,
and yeah. Murda Mase bar work, was and still is nice, simply marvelous. Yeah, all day. Go and subscribe to that channel if y'all haven't. But yeah, all day. But yeah, I think he might be up to something because even he said in that video, that little video where he's on the verge of meeting with Snoop there shortly, that he's basically been out there on the media circuit because he wants to make sure that his name stays clear, so to speak. So the Fivio Foreign situation just kind of threw a dent in, or could throw a dent in his business situation. So, and I even alluded to this last week. I mean, he was the one that really gave specifics to the situation and even said that everything that he's saying can be proven via the contract. Everything's on the contract essentially. So fast forward to, from last week to this week, it's, that could be the case. And so we'll see as developments arise.
So basically he's saying that ink don't lie.
That's what
paperwork.
That's what he said on a prior. Yeah, he said that on a prior interview a few months back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Hey man, this is the thing. I think Mase is a perfect bridge from what's going on now to kind of what we talk about every day with some of the older cats that are getting back in the game,
right,
that can connect back to nostalgia. And again, check out Joe Claire tomorrow, man. We got him on the platform tomorrow. And like I said, what we talking about with Joe Claire, man, a lot of nostalgia is coming back because people are talking about what happened back then, what's going on, why you didn't see certain things, why people didn't get out certain albums. And to me, I think Mase still has a lot in the tank pause. And I think honestly, man, with him signing Fivio, he sees the future. You know what I'm saying? So I think, man, he still got it, man, and he can do some heavy work, man. But again, I saw that Fivio actually put out a little song, kind of like dissing Mase a little bit, like trolling him a little bit, but he didn't address what he said on that podcast. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, when you check out Fivio Foreign's interview with DJ Vlad that he did maybe a couple years ago, he was asked a specific question regarding that, and definitely looking forward to Joe Cleese.
Come on,
Simply marvelous, absolutely.
Man,
that's a legend.
Wait.
But yeah, I mean, Fivio just sounded like he was kind of all over the place when trying to answer the question that Vlad asked about that specific, deal or the details thereof. Whereas Mase was the opposite. He was very, to the point, boom, boom, boom with the details, and indicated that there's proof by way of the contract. So, and Texas Brown Sugar. Actually, you know what? I said this last week. It did come out of nowhere. Hey,
shout out to Brown Sugar.
Hey,
shout out to Brown Sugar.
Go ahead and
for the
subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to Texas
Brown Sugar.
Yeah, what a church at?
He said he still got 2 churches. He said he still had 2. The last, what was it? That interview, one of the interviews from a few months ago. So he says he's got 2, but that's what I last heard. God bless. God bless either way. But yeah, I think regardless, it's going to be a dope situation to see what comes into fruition with this, because Iceberg is right what you alluded to, brother. Like Mase represents, I won't say the old guard, but maybe the prior a generation from a prior decade or more that ushered in one of the more famous drill artists of today's of today's era, so to speak. So that is the real question. But I think it's gonna be interesting, man, to see this
shout out
things
Nino,
transpire.
Man.
Nino Biege.
Yeah,
God's word.
Nino.
Not no hustle. Yeah, guys.
Actually, man. We actually, man. Let's run into Nino real quick, man. Record talk, man. But this thing, I think that Mesh though. I think Mase is like, he's ready. Though. I saw him in the whole red leather outfit with the Yeezys on. He's ready, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
All right.
But I think, like I said, man, like him
Mase
trolling Diddy with the Death Row, like
too.
to be the only artist to be on Death Row and Bad Boy. Hey man, it's crazy.
I mean, you gotta admit too, he did swag the shiny suit out. He swagged that shiny suit all the way out, bro.
He did. Nino Biege is in the building. Hold up, man. If y'all don't know what's going down, man, let's be clear.
What's popular?
Nino's
in the lab
man.
too.
Yeah, he's in the lab too, by the way, too.
Stay in here.
Nino's holding it down, man. He been in the game for a minute, man. Be clear. This dude is like just heavy, man. Heavy hits, man. Work with Coast Contra, Razcast, man, D Woods, man. Just we had to get him on the platform, man. New artist. He got the album out, man. Just tell us what's been going down with you, man, so far, man, Nino.
Man, you know, in this music game, all you can really do is grind, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You gotta live by your passion. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that really kind of keeps you motivated. You know what I mean? It's the difference between making it and not making it. I always remember whole words. You know, the genius thing we did was not give up. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm here. Opportunities is popping up, so I'm just trying to take advantage of everything, man, for real.
But hey, before the guys go in, man, you got that single "I Do," man, with Bloodlyne.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my guy, man. I got connected with Bloodlyne probably in 2018. My guy, shout out to Dave Street over at BMI LA. He hit me up because he said there was an international artist that was needing some writing help or whatever, and I was the guy that he felt like might be able to help him out. And so we kind of connected, did some virtual sessions, and ever since then we were just cool, man. And fast forward to December of 2021, he heard something I had posted on my page. He was like, "Man, I need that soulful sound, man."
There you go.
You know, and a month later we had a whole project done.
Okay.
So, and I Do's not even on that project. Like it was probably like the first, I think maybe 9 or 10 songs we kind of bookended as a project, and then we kind of set it to the side and was like, you know, let's keep going. Because at first I sent him the first track and he sent it back and it was cool, it was dope, and he was just ready to put it out, and I was just like, bro, let's keep going. Like that's just one song, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Let's you know, let me figure you out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you really got. Let me send you some more stuff. And so that's when we kind of cultivated the album. And by that time we was cooking, man. Because like I can send him a track, because he's over and he's actually from Zimbabwe, but he lives in Indonesia.
Okay.
Not a Zimbabwe, you know.
Yeah, he went to school in Malaysia and met his wife, and then she's from Indonesia. So when after school and they got married, they moved back to her home country of Indonesia, and that's where he's kind of been home base ever since.
Okay.
So like I said, we were cooking, man. I can send him a track. Next day he's sending me back the vocals to mix, and then it was like, all right, rinse and repeat. Here's something else. You know what I mean? Yeah, so once we finished the project, you know, I was just like, well, let's set this to the side, because like it came out, man. It's special, and I didn't want to just throw it out there. So it's like, well, let's just keep going, see what else we got. Maybe there's some stuff we can kind of send out in the interim. And that's where I Do kind of came from. It was kind of in this second wave of records, because we got some stuff in the tuck. And then initially, even before the I Do came out, we kind of had some business stuff that we had to work out with his management and whatnot. And now he hit me up, and so everything's kind of in the clear. So, and that was just literally like 2 days ago. So yeah, I've been talking to some industry contacts and stuff like that about, okay, now that everything's clear and we got a runway, let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? Because once he did I Do, I was like, this is too cold, man. We got to push it out there. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the ethos. So expect more. More is coming from Bloodlyne and I, for sure.
Okay, definitely.
And that's a dope song. I Do. I saw the graphic of that, so It's gonna be a lot of weddings and
The graphic
probably
is
some
heavy.
baby making.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
you know, Bebo need that in the bedroom. Come on,
Man, he need that in his bag. He need that in his bag today.
That's
Today
120
he needs
BPM, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little, that's high
Right.
But brother, tell the people how long you've been in the world of producing music, and along with that, give everybody your journey as to where all you've been, location wise, and what those experiences have taught you, or what wisdom you've received in the world of business and just the art itself.
So basically, what I always like to say is that Indiana made me, ATL raised me, and LA paid me.
There you go.
Okay.
I moved from Evansville. Well, I moved from Evansville when I went to college, basically. And
Let's go. Yeah.
And I never really returned to Evansville after that, because after college, like a week later, I moved to Atlanta. So like I think I touched down in Atlanta in like May of, I don't know what that was, 2001. I was like 23 at the time.
Okay.
And I stayed there all the way until 2014. And when I got there, my goal was to get into like A&R and management and stuff. You know, I had never made any music at that point. It wasn't even my goal or my drive. And I would say probably after about 3 or 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like I met a lot of cool people. Shout out to like Timo from the Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying? Like
shout out L Timo.
No. Well, L Timo too, but I said Timo.
Oh, Timo. Okay. I shout out Timo. Yeah, shout out Timo.
But actually, shout out to LT too. That's my guy. Actually, he was here probably about a month ago. About 2 months ago. I did some photos for him. But
that's what's up.
Okay.
But so I met Timo, a bunch of other folks, and honestly, it was around 2007. I kind of turned my back on the music industry, because I was like, man, this industry is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like
grimy.
A lot. Yeah, it's grimy. I picked up a lot of game. But I was just like, I don't think this industry is for me. This don't really vibe with me. And right when I was sort of turning away, I kind of casually started making music just for fun, not intending on becoming like a producer per se. Okay. You know, I just, at that point in time, I was just like, well, I wanted to pick up some new passions, new hobbies and stuff like that. And at the same time, I met Manuel Seal Jr., who actually became my mentor. So it was really when I met Manuel, when I just kind of put my head to the sky to God, I was like, God, you know, I really wasn't fooling with this music like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you must want me to be a part of this in some kind of way. And to give you some background, Manuel Seal Jr. was kind of one of the foundations of So Def and what Jermaine Dupri was able to do.
Hey, Nino, we got Yummy on. She came on a little late, but hey, hold on. We're going to bring you right back in.
No, absolutely.
Okay, hold on. We're going to bring you right back in. Hold up.
Shout out to Yummy, too.
Yeah, shout out to Yummy, man. Yummy, what's good?
What's going on? What is happening?
First of all, we know royalties in the building when they come in fashionably late. You know what I mean? Fashionably late. That's how we do it.
You are too kind.
Yummy, what is good tonight?
How are you, sis?
Man, what's good is the breath in my lungs and, you know, peace in my heart and my mind, for real. That's what's good.
That's what's up.
First of all, let's be clear. If y'all on tonight, man, like this is music royalty. Like y'all don't really understand what's going on right now. The youngest female CEO. Pin game is crazy.
Stupid.
I mean, just
good.
Stupid. Beautiful inside and out.
Yeah.
Spiritually, the energy serious
all day.
Great mother. Come on, man. Like Yummy Bingham, man. What's good?
I'm chilling, man. What's good with y'all?
Hey, we're just glad to have you on.
Loving life.
Happy to have you. Yeah.
First of all, I didn't know your story's so serious. Like it's deeper than artistry. Like most people are like, oh yeah, I know her. Yeah, she had a song with J.D. Combs. Like, nah, it's way deeper. That's why we wanted to speak with you, get you on the platform, introduce you to our people, you know what I'm saying? And they can just show you love and like I said, just understand what's going on with Yummy. First of all, how'd you get the name?
My granddaddy, he named me Yum Yum the day I was born.
Okay.
So that stuck with me throughout my childhood, and by the time I was 12, I was like, y'all just call me Yummy. Like that's
Okay.
the version of it. So
awesome.
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. So you have, like Iceberg said, a very, very vetted. You're very vetted in the game. You've had a lot of experiences. You're still gaining experiences.
I didn't know you was on Cash Money, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we go.
Right. We found that out.
Day.
We was like, what?
What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
All day. No, but and we know that there's a lineage thing with that, with all that and many more. As I peeped that even your father, Dinky, he was heavily vetted as a musician and an industry producer. Just similar as you for classic acts like Jaheim, Changing Faces, and so forth. But fast forward to you doing your thing as Iceberg said, as a CEO and running your label with Rockwilder. What were some of the highlighted experiences that you think of and you would like to share, living just that, once again, experience that you did?
Honestly, I enjoyed more the rush of getting the deal rather than after having the deal.
Okay.
I was one of the last like bidding wars that went on over an artist / writer producer.
Okay.
When that was all going on, I was loving people going crazy over me. It's like I've been here all this time, but now everybody want to bite. But I understood that people always wanted me, but I was in the girl group when I came into the industry. So being in the rain for 4 years, it was always like, Dad, we want to work with her, but we just want her. And I was loyal to my team.
Okay.
Yeah, it was messed up. Like 50 tried to sign me and pull me out the rain, but he had respect for LA and KG. Puff Diddy tried to sign me. He wanted me out the rain, but he respected LA too. So by the time I became a solo artist, it was like, yeah, now you by yourself. Like, we want you. But the best person that courted me that I enjoyed working in the studio with him and just being in his army and his whole environment was Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Now people don't even know that, by the way. A lot of people don't know you was connected with Dre.
Oh yeah, according to Dre, I'm one of his favorite singers. It's me, Marsha, Jasmine, and Bilal. Like those are like his main favorite, according to him.
Okay.
And, that
speaks volumes.
Experience.
Put some respect on the name.
That was a great experience. Dre, he gave me some name. I think Puff called me like the 15-minute assassin. He was like the 5-minute this or whatever, because I just go in and I don't write to pen and paper. I'll just hear the beat and just start flowing and be like, pull the mic up, and that's it. That was a great experience.
And that's now like you from Southside Jamaica, Queens, correct?
Yeah.
Ooh, so who's your favorite rapper then?
Exactly. We gotta put you on the spot.
Who's your favorite rapper?
We gotta put you on the spot.
My favorite rapper?
Yeah.
I got so many favorites. I come from conscious hip hop. So
right.
Okay. You gotta be saying some shit more than the beat just feeling good. I love trap, but I'm not a trap head. But
same as us.
Rapper?
Oh damn.
I mean, today, like, I love Kendrick. I mean,
okay.
Salute.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm tranquilized when I listen to him. Like, I can't move. I don't want to move.
Yeah. That new record's crazy too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He is
awesome. It's definitely amazing. And I know too, like, you're a songbird. So my mama would kill me if I don't ask you this question. Because Deb, I know you watching. Tell us about the gospel journey though. Because that's what she wants me to ask, because she loves you as a gospel singer. She loves you as an R&B singer too, but that gospel, that's what touches my mama's soul. So tell us about that journey. Because you are touching some souls, like for real.
Oh yeah.
We want to make sure that we give you your flowers on that tip.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something. So for the longest, I never wanted to publicly sing gospel because of the stigma. You know, I'm a worldly singer and a secular artist.
Okay.
So I shouldn't be playing both sides of the fence. Now, at the end of the day, right? Now you talking to a PK in a sense. I'm a PK.
Okay. Shout out to PKs.
Shout out to PKs.
Not my dad, but my grandfather was my bishop.
Okay.
And he's always been very, I won't say neutral, but very, very fair and realistic. Like, listen, y'all go out there, get these record deals, travel the world, but y'all come back and y'all always serve at home.
Facts.
Amen.
Like, if I clubbed all night on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday morning, I better be in there leading the
better be in church.
You know what I'm saying? I want everything lit in church. But
same outfit, you better be on the pew.
Exactly.
Not smelling like the club. But
right.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
there you go.
It was always against me, like, because I even came out as a very young, provocative artist. Like, I was known to have the clever pen to not be blatantly in your face sexual, but very tastefully illustrative. And it was too much for the church, especially if I pull up looking like Yummy at church. I ain't gonna change my clothes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas gonna take my tithes though. You know, so is it really about what I'm wearing or what I'm singing or what I'm bringing? So I had to get a certain type of respect with the gospel industry for them to get off my back a little bit. Like, at the end of the day, are y'all reaching certain souls that I can reach?
Facts.
My heart is still very much in the street. I might be some of the only piece of guys some of my niggas know.
Absolutely.
So
that's what it is.
What are y'all doing? I just wanted to enhance the image of what kingdom looks like. So this whole journey of singing gospel, it really was like on some I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? I have a relationship, a real one with God. And when I open my mouth, you can feel how real it is.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's nothing I gotta play with or prove or push. And it just took off. Unfortunately, I went viral because of singing at a loved one's funeral on TikTok in January. And since then, I just been getting booked to sing at certain celebrities' loved ones' funerals. And I'm like, okay, am I the funeral singer now? Like, and I was dubbed that a while ago. I didn't like it. I didn't take it. But people are like, no, for real, Yummy, because I don't know. I'm fearless with my faith.
Yeah. As you should be.
As you should be. As you should be.
Right.
Amen to that one.
Speaking of that, I did see something. I believe it was an elder. Was it the elder or something like that passed on? And you see, okay, yeah, I saw that. And when I saw that video, that was my first time seeing you in the church fold singing, and I said, wow, okay,
it was different,
you know, because
because different.
It definitely is different. It
when
does.
I first sang the Fantasia, I sing at XXL, which is known to be one of the it's the #1 gay club in Times Square.
Wow.
And people was like, you're not going to do that. I was like, yes, I am. Why not? They was like, but you're going to sing a gospel song at the gay club? I said, okay. The gays don't love God. Like, I got persecuted. Like, don't you do it. If you do it, God's going to do this and God's not going to show up. I said, all right, God. And left. Got up there and sang. And that's what started even that whole movement of people knowing, being open to me singing gospel and, you know, the whole viral growth of that. Like, but to see me in church now, I know it's really hitting people different because I'm still very unorthodox, but I'm traditional. You feel me? Like, I'm not just going to get up singing a bunch of CCM records. I'm going to go to the hymns that your grandmama and your great-grandmama used to sing. Because those are the songs I still see that change the atmosphere. Not saying none of this new, you know, praise and worship music ain't it, but it ain't hitting like those old,
like them hymns do,
like Amazing Grace, you know,
absolutely.
Like,
that we sung every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
When
the choirs marched in to the pew,
exactly.
They marched in from the back.
When they used to march in, that's when they used to march in
with your purse and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Exactly. Even when
the deacon oh yeah.
Even when the deacon finishes that prayer over the offering.
Yeah,
they coming with that. They coming with that. He's gonna sing it. He's gonna lead it.
Oh yeah, he's gonna lead it.
He might have to wave the organist or pianist.
Oh yeah.
Come on, get back up. Come on up here.
Yeah, come on with the come on now.
Right. Jump on in here.
Yeah.
Now, hold up. Let's be clear. Like in the early 2000s, everybody was still in your style too, because you were the only one singing the way you
swagger jacket.
And like this thing, I don't think a lot of people put respect to your name the way you came in singing. And this is the other thing too, like versus then and now, there was a lot of competition too. There was a lot of R&B singers, and you stood out like crazy. And then, like I said, when we heard your voice, it pierced through the mix. Number one.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, oh, she's yelling. No, she's not yelling. That's just dude. She's going
able to sing. She's singing.
Yeah. But then you saw a lot of other people doing that same swag. What was your thoughts on that though, when you first got in and seeing how they swagger jacking a little bit?
Because I was younger, I didn't respect the value of it. Immediate offense. I'm a Capricorn. I'm very territorial. So what's mine is mine. And I'm not one to be like doing too much. So when I would see people that did that, I literally wanted to fight them. I did. I had
that's that South Side coming out. Okay.
All right.
Oh man, I had a temper problem. It was very bad. I stressed Sylvia Rowan out a lot behind that.
Yeah.
But she understood it too. But she was like, "Bitch, you know, like you setting the trend." And then I was like, "Okay, I don't set no damn trend." That bitch just took my riff, and she knew I did 2 references for her. And like, you know, it was hard to be a writer and an artist for people, because it's like, I'll give you me, but take me respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it. Don't act like y'all whole label just made and created this sound for you and image, and there's no love. But once I stopped caring about credibility with people, I just worked on the credibility I built for myself. Now I see all my kids out here, from Kalani to the even what's her name? She don't sing, but the whole little baby vibe, like Coy Lorraine.
Yeah.
So many of these girls, I can go down the list. And producers, I love them so much, because those that really know me and DJs that really know me, they be like, "Yummy, we don't really even care about these bitches. We get mad playing these bitches because we know where it comes from." And I'm grateful to become what I never thought I would be, which is a sound to follow by. But the greater blessing of it all, I still sound like me.
Facts.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All the things I've been
through
after, all the weed smoking I've done in my life, like, thankfully, it has not taken my voice away.
Facts.
Like, I got a whole tumor in my throat.
Wow.
This is what I'm saying. Like, God is really good, man, because my tumor affects my breathing.
Sheesh.
Okay.
And it's benign, so I don't really care to have it removed unless I need to. But at the same time, it's like, with all of this in the way, for me to still have the basics of my voice, I couldn't be any more grateful. That's why I can't stop singing, and I'll be over it. I'll be over it a lot. Like, I ain't doing this shit no more, man. I ain't having much respect I deserve, and it's cool. Niggas is never gonna tell me what I'm worth, and it's cool. So I was in massage therapy school and alternative medicine. Like, I wasn't caring about none of this stuff, but too much of it is pulling on me. I feel my history coming back around.
Yeah. When we wrote a list out of who we want to talk to first, as far as like singing, not singing, singing.
Right, sang. I was like,
we've been hitting back and forth anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for a couple months.
Yeah, we sitting back and forth. So we like, man, we gonna get her on here. And to me, like, again, you the first female guest we've had too.
Wow.
So we wanted to make sure we hollered at you first, because this thing, your journey was crazy. And shout out to Nino Biege too. He was just on here. He said he met you in LA as well, but a lot of cats don't really understand your pedigree of what you've done. And so we was like, yo, we gotta get you on here, because, like, again, Def Jam was like, when we were growing up, Def Jam was like, like, you're on Def Jam.
Pinnacle.
But then it's like, we didn't see you again. So, but then we would see the gospel situation. Was that the reason why you left?
Because of gospel? Nah.
Well, what was the like? What was your experience industry wise? Was it always good, or was there?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
It was difficult because I had so much. I'm so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, ranger, dancer, actor. Like, I do so much. I wear so many hats that I'm actually good at, thank God. But people didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know where to place me. They could not control me. If I already come as a made artist, what else are you trying to make of me? You know what I'm saying? If anything, all you got to make is those opportunities available to me to walk through the doors that you got access to. Like, that's all the label needed to do. And that frustrated them because they already came as a package. Me and Rock and Randy, we had one album already done, working on the second one, a mixtape finished, and I was filming my own EPK.
Wow. Okay.
Before we got the deal.
Wow. So you put in a lot of work before.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was trying to be like a female Pac, like, and trying to be like Missy at the same time, because Missy was doing her own projects, but she was as a writer and producing other people, which is how I got the record deal and the pub deal at the same time.
Stop. Hold on. We gotta give you flowers just for that. God.
That was so much.
That's crazy.
It was a lot of grinding. And I was just thugging it out how I knew best, because I realized one thing that made the difference between me and many other artists from then and still today is my hunger. I stay hungry. Okay. I'm never thirsty, but I stay hungry. And if you don't eat that food, I'm gonna eat your food. You know,
I'm gonna eat your food.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Right.
You gonna eat that cornbread?
Gonna eat that?
It was so yummy. I was Mikey all day.
Like, there you go.
I'm telling you. So when it came to those opportunities, I was like, nah, give it to me. Yeah, nah, I could do it. Yeah, nah, I'll work with her. Because I'm humble. I know I'm doper than more than half the artists I write for, vocally or whatever. But I'm about them finding and digging in themselves to get their dopeness out. You know, and if they don't know let's create it. So it was very like, where do we place her? What do we do with her? Donnie was like, yeah, I want another Beyonce. I was like, yeah, nah, keep Beyonce. You know, like, I'm a one and only Yummy. So either you want me for me how I am, or you don't want me, and that's okay. And Sylvia was like, because first she was like, these white boys don't know what to do with you. That was the first. And she was like, nah, for real, you can change the game though. Because she always wanted my father. She always wanted to sign him and wanted him up under her with Elektra. And he worked on mad artists. Like, one of his first artists that I think she signed was it Jeff Red?
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff Red, Change of Faces. My dad had, like, you know, like I was saying, around that era. But once she got to me, she just wanted me to be everything. And I got burnt out. I honestly feel like I got burnt out, and around that time I got pregnant with my oldest. So I was like, am I still gonna let her ride me for another few more years and ride me more so for her other artists?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you riding me to push me, ride me till the wheels fall off. But if you riding me to get the rest of your whole shit together, but I'm to the back burner, like, don't make me the biggest artist on the website, but I'm not the biggest artist with the movie.
In the building.
In the building.
Right. Yeah.
They act like it. Oh my God. You would thought I was the queen of Zamunda when I walked in Motown. Oh, here.
They throwing the flowers, the rose petals out.
Yeah. Throwing flowers, throwing groupies, throwing clothes, throwing weed, throwing whatever it was I liked or wanted.
Well, and that's a good comparison to me. I kind of see you as that Missy swag, but also like to me, I kind of see you as the first Neo, because that's how they kind of bred Neo into being like, oh man, we just take your swag, make your artist, but then we'll make you go back and forth.
So a funny story is, Neo and I were actually trying to make us a female and male writers team.
Wow. Interesting.
That would have been a problem.
Around problem. See Love and all of that came out for him. I was getting, God rest his soul, DJ Kaz, K Slay, and a few other DJs here. Yeah.
Rest in power. Slay.
Oh God, I can't even start talking about him.
K is the guy, man. He always
he was the truth. He was the truth.
Yeah. Neo and I was gonna be a dope team together, but quickly with K Slay though, he rode hard for me.
Yeah,
he rode very hard for me. I moved in the second condo I had in Edgewater because he was in that building.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like, you don't need to be out here by yourself. You at least need a neighbor, nigga. Like, you don't got nobody out here. He was like, you really be out here like that. Yummy, like, I don't care. I'm like, I'm a thug. He's like, I don't care if you a thug.
That sound like K too, man.
It do sound like him.
Yeah.
I be up in the club, wilding out. He snatched me right by my collar and be like, all right, time for you to go. Like,
man, you talking about a great homie. That's
right.
That's what they supposed to do.
Like 2, 3 in the morning, just coming straight from the club. Bring one of my homegirls over, entertain them. I'm making roast con pollo and all that.
Stop. Come on.
That's my nigga, man.
We lost a real one, man, with Clark.
Oh yeah,
right.
And he looked out for so many people in a similar regard that he did for you, which made certain status quo Negroes upset, along with the fact that he had access to certain songs and resources, given the networks that he had, like with such a lovely lady like yourself, that they just couldn't connect with. In other words, you could call it an anointing. And that's very humbling. And speaking of humbling, you mentioned that, or you have alluded to that just tonight and in other, interviews. So could you talk to individuals in this era of music about the importance of humility in such a braggadocious, such a in your face hip hop, rap, R&B, urban contemporary space? Could you talk about the importance of that, please, for this generation?
Humility is essential for longevity. Humility, I'll say that again, is essential for longevity. There can always be somebody greater than you, better than you. Even if you might be the dopest at what you do, how you do it, there might be somebody studying you to be doper than you.
Yeah.
And I learned that all the time, as y'all can see with all my sons out here. I can't even work with some of them. I can't wait. But humility is so important because people appreciate when you're something of high vibration, but you could turn your volume down. That's self-control and ego control, really, because rightfully so, every artist needs to have some sort of ego. You got to be sure about yourself and confident enough where you are your number one promoter and salesperson, because you got to know you in and out. You got to be so sure about you 110%. And most of these artists today can't even establish that much because they don't even have security. They're extremely insecure because they're too busy looking at the next artist to the left and the right of them, so they can't even focus on themselves.
Correct.
But if you constantly challenge yourself to compete yourself, then it's going to keep you humble, because real artists are never fully satisfied with anything we create.
True.
I
think I've heard somebody say that a work is never finished, it's just due. I've heard an author say that, and that really got to me. So in conjunction with what you just said. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that so much. So could you clarify something for us, please, if you don't mind? You are an artist that is all about the conscious music, right? As you just stated earlier. Is it true that?
I like ratchet music.
Oh,
you gotta have a yin and yang. Yeah, you gotta have a yin and yang.
You gotta have a balance. I'm just saying. Yeah, we're just focused on one. But
today, I'm talking to you today.
Gotcha.
I'm SINGLE again.
Gotcha. No, but is it true, or could you at least clarify? Were you like that go-to artist for De La Soul? And as we know, you've done several works with them, and could you just share that experience or those experiences with such a legendary group?
Man, we love De La.
Love De La. A legendary group coupled with a legendary songbird such as yourself. Could you share something that the folks don't know about your works together? Uh-oh.
No.
Did we lose you?
Nope.
Nope. Can't hear you.
Yeah. No, we can't hear you. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What it is like somebody calls you and then your audio goes up.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that on a lead, man. Shout out to lead.
Yeah.
Man.
And a lead attorney.
But no, like I said, man, like
she's cooking.
The other thing I gotta ask Yummy too, man, is like I said, that Blackstar. We got to remind us to ask her about that.
Oh yeah, you know that's coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely on my list.
Yeah. Go and knock it out, J.Camp. Yeah, I think you're next up. Oh shoot.
Jay just got up.
Uh-oh. Well, while we wait on them both to show back up, folks, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the like button as well. If you haven't yet, because you're definitely getting some jewels.
Shout out to Touch, man. Touch is over here like, hey, I thought she was ducking the question.
We hope not. No. But and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so yet either. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, Touch. I don't think she's ducking that, bro. At least I hope not. You know what I'm saying?
And then again, like I said, Slim Marvis was saying that can we stay?
Oh
yeah,
hard. That was that. Yeah, it was and still is hard. Yeah,
that's one of those hammers.
Oh man, that's a heavy one amongst many. But again, go ahead and support FRSHOUT if you're loving what you're hearing and seeing from so far from Yummy and earlier from Nino Biege, who will get back on here.
Got Nino's getting on in about 10 minutes, man. We're gonna
get Nino back.
The other thing too, man, if y'all don't know about Nino, man, he's dropping some stuff. He got some new stuff coming. Hold up, we got Yummy back in. You back in?
Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all
no, you
disappeared, came back, and then it was no sound.
Oh, it's all good.
It's all good.
I was asking. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So, I was just essentially asking, could you expound upon your experiences? Well, one, were you like the official or one of the official songbirds for De La Soul? And then, coupled with that, can you share some of the highlighted experiences or maybe even some things that the audience don't even know about your work with them?
Oh, man. So, De La pretty much introduced my voice to the world.
Yeah.
Through Super Dave West. Shout out to Super Dave West.
Oh, yeah. Super Dave. Yeah. Much more is what we've got. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah.
Listen, I every time I hear somebody say it. And that was actually J Dilla's last single.
It sure was.
Man, rest in power, Dilla. Rest in power, Dilla.
Yes. That was an experience. My first song with De La was actually not even on Artificial Intelligence. No, the Artificial Bionics album. It wasn't even the Grind Date, but it was the Osmosis Jones soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. You were on that soundtrack. Yes.
We came to turn it out.
That was actually a hip hop type of soundtrack too.
Oh yeah, don't stop now, Yummy. Keep give us a few extra seconds now. Come on.
Bus was on that originally.
Bus was on that.
Feel funky. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, we did that. That was really fun. I was 14 when I got with De La.
Oh, 14.
More when I did Baby Fat. Baby Fat was my first single with them.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Was like, who's that girl on there? She's got a sexy voice. And it would make Paz and Dave upset because they're like, oh, she's 14. Like, they didn't know. And then by the time I was like 15, 16, I'm developing more. I'm getting a little shape. So they wouldn't want to invite me to shows. And if they did, they would always have me with a chaperone like Corey Blacksmith. Corey Blacksmith was my babysitter / chaperone. I would get him in so much trouble, but De La was hilarious. Like, I was supposed to be in the Baby Fat video, and LA Reed was like, if the whole girl group can't be in it, Yummy can't be in it. They was like, we're gonna get a Baby Fat clothes for the rest of the night. He wasn't buying trying it. So I went through so much just always being a baby, singing sexy records. And that's why nobody really see me a lot in my early, placements and releases with music.
I was really hoping to see you come out on stage when I saw Dollaz perform most of the songs from the catalog and the grind date. And actually, you had a song called Special too, I think.
Oh my God!
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Kev Brown produced. It was so good to see
Kev Brown was nice too.
Yes.
On the production, nice.
I went to Philly and back when the Touch of Jazz was down there, right? I went to Philly and worked with a Touch of Jazz, and Kev Brown heard that I was there and popped up in the room. He took a room and he brought his hard drive. He had his MPC, and it was just like, that's the night I got the name Red Bull, because we had Red Bull and Hennessy all
long. Now you're going back to our club days.
Right. Oh yeah.
The Henny and Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, allegedly.
The hypnotic and Henny.
So, Purple Crown. What you know about that?
Yeah. Man, all that.
Can we play the fifth? Can we 1, 2, 3, 4?
We was out there.
I was outside before outside was outside.
Hey, if you know about that hypnotic and Henny,
that hypnotic, that incredible
Hope.
Okay, all right.
Well, this is the thing too. Like, you not only with De La Soul, but Talib, like you the go-to for him.
Oh yeah.
So
like, of course, go-to for the the backpack community.
Facts.
Which I love, and I'm so honored. It's like me, Chrisette, there's a couple other girls I could think of, but we were predominantly the ones that a lot of them went to, even, Faith even. But with Talib, I've been working with Talib since Black Girl Pain. So I had to be like 16.
Oh yeah.
That's me actually on the record with that little girl.
I did not realize that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, me and Tyler been working a long time.
So how'd you get on the new record with them? Like, they just hit, like, because like I said, you almost the only feature on it.
Yeah, even his last album, the Radio Silence album, when we did the single with Rick Ross. The Heads Up.
Heads Up. Yeah,
you killed that, by the way.
Ooh, yeah.
Maybach Music.
Thank you. And my other feature on that album was with J Electronica.
All of us. Yeah, sure was.
Hip Hop Royalty. She's doing joints.
Speaking of conscious though, Iceberg was just reminding us that you were on an album this year. Do you want to go into that, Iceberg?
No. Yeah, like how was your placement on? Like, how'd you get on that Blackstar album? Like, that was like this.
That's secret, like one of our favorite albums.
It's like top 5 albums this year.
This year, yeah.
A lot of people don't know it because it's not on streaming platforms.
Exactly. So a lot of people people heard it, but if you didn't cop it from that actual platform, you wouldn't have heard it.
Right.
But the song is serious.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. I think he really is like, he's very leery of all these other streaming platforms because he still believes we're never getting the full percentage of what we rightfully deserve.
You're not.
He's right.
He's right. 100%.
He's right. But ain't nobody gonna hear his music either. So I don't know. It's like, if you're not going to promote the platform that you're on as if it is Apple Music or iTunes or whatever, like, are you just doing it for the love, I guess, then at this point, which is fine too. It depends on what you win it for. But yeah, it's because I've been the go-to for Talib for years. I've worked with most since I was like 18, on and off. A lot of people don't even know that, like, because it depends on what space he's in. 1 minute he's ready to go, he's creative juice going. That's where he's at. He has a million ideas. He's on the drums. He's everywhere. And then the next minute it's like, if he doesn't feel led, he's not going to do it. So he's one of the most particular artists I've ever observed and learned so much from. But that's how I got on Blackstar's album.
That's
what you killed that record. So.
Oh yeah. You did. Oh yeah.
Killed it.
So we talked a lot about the placements that you've been on for other folks, but we have to remind some folks out there that you have a solo album out there yourself the first seed.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, First Seed has a lot of history.
Okay.
The history behind First Seed like this. First of all, this is going to be October will officially make the Sweet 16.
Oh,
wow. The First Seed album. So I'm trying to set up some good visuals to do for my fans that feel deprived because out of spite, my album wasn't released here in America.
Like
I told you, I got my record deal and my pub deal at the same time. Yeah. So it was very competitive between my record label and pub company. Like, I guess the label was more upset at how much publishing I would get.
Oh, hell yeah. They're like, we ain't trying to let that go.
Nah, Donnie Einer got me a Pontiac commercial.
Donnie Einer, yeah.
Wow.
He got me a Pontiac commercial. And I was like, where the hell did this come from? Like, I did sign. And I don't even remember signing anything for it or anything. It was just the next minute. Oh my God, yeah, man, you're a Pontiac commercial. I was like, okay. Everybody expects me to have a new Pontiac car or 2 or 3. I was
like, yeah, what up?
You know, so that really, that pissed my president of the company off. And from that, it was like, all right, fine. We just gonna release our album in the UK, in Japan. And I think Africa or France or something like that. And I have a huge following internationally. I'm technically an American UK artist.
Yeah.
My album was released on Island, the same as Bob Marley.
Okay.
Island and Motown, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Island. Yeah. So I feel like I'm still undone with that album. For the sake of my fans, you know, they've only got Come Get It with Jadakiss, Is It Good to You with Fab and Red Cafe, and then my One More Chance record I put out.
Right.
So in honor to that album, I'm releasing the house mix of One More Chance that a dope producer named Ian Wallace did.
Oh, that's dope.
Right out here in Brooklyn, funky white boy. I was like, what you know?
And the house is bumping right now.
And he did this song. Was this 2022? He did that mix for me in 2019. And then I think Jazzy Jeff and D Nice played it like a couple times, and they
shout out D Nice.
Shout out to Jazzy Jeff too.
And
Jazzy Jeff.
Yes, they showed love to that record, and the people was like, "This shit was single." I was like, "No, maybe it can be.
Maybe it can be. Maybe it can be."
And that was the first record I wrote entirely and produced half of it. I produced the record, then I was like, you know, Rock, I don't know how to work MPC, so can you, like, however I'm beatboxing, can you bring it, and however I'm doing the key, so he interpreted everything I sang to him.
Okay.
So
Peace to Rock.
The dope record. Yeah, shout out to Rock. He was on the what's that, Mad Hoffa?
Mad Hoffa, man.
Yeah.
I saw a guy, Mad Hoffa, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he was going in on those videos, man. Like,
really
if you haven't seen that, go check out Mad Hoffa.
Go check that out.
Really great.
Yeah, he got really emotional when it came to the topic of success. So what it did for him, and it kind of reminded me of what somewhat, not maybe not exactly the same, but somewhat of what you said about how like you don't like to necessarily be out front. You're more of the behind the scenes type of person. You know, in conjunction with what he said on there, which was essentially he didn't. I mean, I'm butchering that, I'm sure, but he basically didn't like that front forward fame that came with, you know, that success that he had at that time. So, I like you said, it was a great interview, and shout out to Rock, and I think it's such a blessing that you two worked together when you both did. That's such a blessing. What can people expect from you moving forward? What's next for Yummy Bingham? Uh-oh.
We're gonna probably get her 2 more questions, and we're gonna bring Nino back in.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, you want to run that last? You got any more questions for her, Jay?
Really, just kind of like the state of R&B today. I mean, that's really it. Because I was curious if she's seen their verses, and I just wanted to kind of get her, you know, because she comes from the era of R&B.
The other thing too, man, is the last question I got for is and you know, no knock to Ashanti or nothing like that, but you know, would she re-record that first album or something like that, or you know, do something like that with the Ashanti type joint? You know what I'm saying? We seen Ashanti get a star on the Walk of Fame. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the Yummy joint should to me, I'd follow the same course. I'd do the same situation. So
all day.
Oh, that watermelon gate.
Right, I seen that. Touch is off the chain for that one.
Oh man.
Off the chain for that.
Again, hit that like button, subscribe, and notification bell if you haven't yet. You're getting exclusive content on Fresh Shout, the world's most dangerous podcast.
In the world, Craig.
In the world,
like
Craig,
I said, man,
in the
shout
world.
out to we got Curtis Baldwin in the building, Simply Marvelous, man. You know, we got the Texas Brown Sugar, man. Of course, we got Nino Biege in that green room, you know, getting busy real quick. We're gonna talk to him for a sec. Like I said, man, we good to go. We already talked about Mace, man. Mace ain't on the show tonight, man. We just talked about Mace, man. But shout out to Ebonics 33, man, in the building, man. Hey, not yet, man. We gonna give it to Mace, man.
I pulled up to see Mace, man.
I pulled up.
Not you three Negroes.
Tonight, man. Tonight is Yummy, man, and Nino, man. You know what I'm saying? All day, man. LA representing Southside Jamaica, Queens, man. And
shout out to H-Town, baby.
Yeah.
Texas Brown Sugar.
Yeah, that's right.
And like I said, if you tapping in tonight, man, I know we up late, man. We're gonna keep you up a little bit, man. Just make sure you get your libations, you know what I'm saying? But tap in with us tomorrow, man, because we have the legendary
it's gonna be a problem.
Joe Claire, BT Rap City, man, Comic View. You know how it goes down, man. Comedian extraordinaire. Dudes
I got something y'all want to ask. Throw it out there. Yeah. Tap in with us.
Okay, I'm back.
Yummy.
She's back.
Yummy. Hey, man. You good?
Cut off when you about to ask me a good question.
Oh, ain't that something? They must know something out there. They trying. Oh no, not Bebop. Pushing them. No. But I was going to simply ask you, what's next moving forward from Yummy Bingham in 2022 or beyond that? In addition to the house, the house mix and the the specialty that you're looking to do with First Seed.
Let me add some to that too.
Go ahead.
We see Ashanti over here getting starred, Walk of Fame, and all that. You know, shout out to all that. You know,
shout out to Ashanti though.
But this thing,
shout out to Ashanti.
We know what it is. We know who's really
not pleasant.
Have you thought about re-recording that first album?
Absolutely. You know what's so dope? I'm still very close with Troy Oliver, who's on that album.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Lauren Dawson,
yep.
on that album. Rock Wilder.
Oh yeah.
That album. It might be maybe one or two other producers I haven't spoken to in a long time, like Jake One.
Oh yeah. Shout out Jake One up in Seattle.
Yeah, and Malay. Malay was really dope. He was the guy who did. I think he did. Okay, hold on. Y'all remember Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack?
Yep.
What's the record? The North. South. The East.
What joint was that?
Yo,
what was that?
The nine nigga. I don't know who shot you. I don't know who. I don't know. Y'all remember that?
See, listen, that's see, look, that's a thug coming out, y'all now.
It's the song he was singing when he was pulling the wires out of his braces.
Oh shoot! I know what you're talking about too.
I don't know, Officer.
Yo, right. Malay
Dang.
was such a Malaysian cat, I think, from Cali. And he had the most grittiest, funkiest production. And he would come in there with like a St. John looking suit and some hard bottoms on. I was confused. Like, this nigga's vibe is ill. I was like, you want to be with the team? And next minute, you know, I got a whole hard drive of Malay. I think I was spoiled artist because I'm not the girl that most producers will just send beats to. They will send me their whole hard drive.
Wow.
So I always have way too many options. Like, it's really hard for me to choose that, which is a good thing when it comes to production, because I'm so like blessed with the wealth of music, like from really dope, funky producers. So I don't take that lightly at all. As far as what's coming for Yummy, I have a whole album I did as soon as I came out of quarantine last year. I had COVID. And the day I could be free, I still didn't have my win yet, but I started working on getting my win back. COVID had me really thinking I was never going to sing again. I'll never breathe the same again. Because I was one of those where it was jacking up my respiratory heavy.
Yeah.
And still to this day, my voice is still a little deeper because of COVID.
Okay.
And the album is very nostalgic. My production gives you 90s hip hop, boom cat, but like R&B chords.
Okay.
Very, very structured in the chord vein. Like
that's what we asked for too.
You know, like
that's all we asked for.
And I'm rapping on it too, because for the
bars. Yummy bars.
We just want the exclusive for a drop. We want the exclusive. We want the exclusive for a drop.
I would have sent you some of the unreleased so you can play it, but I could do that again.
Now is this dropping this year?
I'm not putting a date on it yet because I want everything mixed and mastered the way I want it.
Gotcha.
Not just, okay, it's ready, it's radio ready. Like, nah, I wanted to feel how I needed to feel. Grand Poobah said he want to get on something for me.
Grand Poobah, the legend Grand Poobah.
Yeah, I was busting at him today.
Yeah, shout out to Grand Poobah, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Pooh.
Ooh, and I like it.
Yeah.
I was with Poobah in Alamo 2 Sundays ago, I think it was.
Shout out Poobah.
Okay, all right.
Shout out to
Up in Harlem. Just up in Harlem being ratchet.
Poobah got so much swag, it's crazy.
He got his swag is dumb, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh
he
yeah.
reminds me of all my 5% of uncles. That's who he reminds me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I know when I'm with the guys. As soon as I walk in the room, everybody's busting up their science, and I'm like, all right, I know where I'm at. Peace to the gods. I know where I'm at.
Oh man, that's what's up right there.
Any last words for Yummy before we and first of all, we got to get you back when the album drop. We got to get you back.
We got to get you back on. We got to get you back on. I really only got like one final question because I was thinking about it since you said like 90s like boom bap-ish R&B, which is what we asked for. But how do you feel about that's all we asked for? But how do you feel about the direction that R&B is going in today? I say that because I don't know if you've seen that versus with Omarion, Mario, all them. I felt that was disrespectful.
When he was holding the baby, that's what
I'm saying.
Yo, I felt like that was somebody's like family reunion and niggas is just grabbing the mic. Drunk and grabbing the mic.
Nice like this, I wish.
I've even heard exactly that was on that Eddie Kane. Is what that was.
It was just. I would say Eddie Kane was more appropriate because at least he was
like
crackhead singing, So you didn't expect that stuff.
And he was trying. He was really trying.
Straight, good, and well, and able.
Right.
Man. Kane.
Right.
I was totally lost.
It just seemed like cats who didn't take the game seriously.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You know what that was? Me looking at all of them was looking at a bunch of unconditioned boxers. I was very big.
We said the same thing. They don't take the craft serious.
My uncle, he's trained. He was the first sergeant in the Marine Corps. He's trained Ali. He's trained Frazier and all of them. And one thing he always taught us was you never slack on your conditioning. Because you never know when you're going to have to fight. So you just stay ready, you be ready. And at least this is what I don't get with them niggas. It's like y'all knew the day y'all had to
right. You knew the damn date.
You have more than enough time. But this is where humility is missing.
Because what you talked about earlier.
Their egos made them think that they was going to be able to come and pull up and not have to be conditioned.
And that's grab the mic.
That's what ended my cousin Zab's career. I love that. Well, nigga, when you came in and was doing, what was he doing? The chicken noodle soup, and then his legs was broke in the ring. Like, that ruined you because you came in there on ego and no conditioning.
Right.
So that's exactly what happened to a bunch of them because they thought they were who they were. Other than Mario, because Mario came ready.
He killed
it.
He did. And we said
right.
We said it on here, but he practices that craft though too. Like he be in the lab.
He's still touring.
Them them other dudes, you can tell, like they smoking Black and Miles. You smoke about 3 Black and Miles before you get on the stage.
I can sing at the mic and blow weed out while I'm singing. It's about being conditioned.
Yeah. The diaphragm game.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I only sing when it's time for me to perform, I'd be trash. I gotta sing around the house. I gotta sing when I'm cooking and cleaning. I gotta keep my muscle working. It's a muscle.
Right.
And when you don't work it, it's weak.
And
they sound like they ain't worked it in years. Like they didn't put no work
They
in.
didn't work their voices. They didn't work them bodies. Wow. I was seeing a lot of uncle bodies up in there.
Yeah, it was a lot of
the father figures.
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
For them to be
a lot of father figures.
Yeah, for them to be that young and to be still in the game, like I don't know. The reason why I can be like this after 2 kids is because I came up under artists like Shaka Khan. I came up under artists like Patti LaBelle. Do you see how good Patti LaBelle looks?
Yeah, fire.
And still performs.
And still making that mac and cheese too with 7 cheeses. Come on.
and the banana.
Come on. I got her book. I got a cookbook at the crib.
Preach.
Listen. One of the greatest honors I ever had was singing background for Patti LaBelle. She was the first person that officially put me like on a real tour with her. And she did not take it easy on me. And more so because I'm my dad's daughter. That's exactly more so. Oh, you can get y'all. Oh yeah. You know how to rock. Like she did not have no mercy on me. And was always hard on me. But when I see women like her, I can imagine who was hard on her.
And you know what? It's funny you say that because I peeped something kind of, I don't know if you want to call it minute, but I saw what looked to be your YouTube channel. And I thought it was interesting because you had like 3 Christmas videos.
Yep, the Christmas videos.
Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah. She got a little swagger with that one.
You gonna do that series again?
But
the Christmas joint?
There was one part though where you was letting everybody, get a little, the drummer, the guitarist and such, right? And when the guitarist did that, but when the guitarist was doing the thing, Yummy was following the same notes that he was playing. I said
the same exact notes.
And I mentioned that maybe major, whatever. But I mentioned that because I feel like that's an element of many that goes into the conditioning that you're talking about. Because not every artist is able to do that, and that's
not bred for that.
Right.
And a lot of that's improv. A lot of that is living and freestyling. Because people got to be secure enough with their craft. Like, if my guitarist wasn't secure enough, his ass would have been edited out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, look, we got to switch this part around because we ain't going to scripting a flow. A flow is a flow. It's not supposed to be scripted. So when the energies is there and everybody is secure and confident in what they do, let's just play.
A jam session.
Let's just jam and play. Like, I can't wait for y'all to see some stuff coming up because with the whole boom bap hip hop vibe, I'm still going to do the visuals with the live band. And a DJ. So
like that Tiny Desk situation.
That Black Thought situation.
NPR, if y'all watching this, I would love to do Tiny Desk.
NPR, like holla at us.
NPR, holla at us.
Yes.
I think that'd be crazy, by the way.
It would be crazy.
It really would.
Well, and this is the thing. I think, man, honestly, the game kind of needs you, Yummy. And this is why we want to do the interview. And to me, with the social media game, it's like you don't have to get out the crib. You ain't got to do nothing. You can sing straight off the iPhone and murder half of the people we been talking about.
Easily.
So to me, we need that TikTok. We need that every day Yummy check-in. We need you singing. We need all that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we ain't gonna show our age and nothing like that. But a lot of these younger cats don't know what real singing is.
They don't.
Because number one, they ain't stepped in no church and they ain't heard no music from back in the day.
Right. What I know I am, what I had to accept, I'm like the baby of the last of the Mohicans.
Facts.
You know how you'll see like that last caveman family and like Ice Age. And they got that one little baby that's rocking with all the older ones.
All the old cats.
Yes.
That was me. Right. Literally, my godfather is Aaron Hall. My godmother is Shaka Khan. Like, I was always around the greats.
Say nothing less.
Wow. I was a baby around these people. I came into the industry at 14 in the year 2000.
And rocked it.
Thank you. And it was just like, how do I make sense with my own generation if I'm so much of the generation before me? Like Bernard Wright, God rest his soul. A lot of people don't know who Bernard Wright is, but he did Who Did He Love?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was a kid prodigy in the game. He used to travel with the Hawkins and Herbie Hancock and all of them when he was a kid. Okay. And he was raised in my house. So him and Donald Blackman, who was another funk group, like he's a funk forefather, they were in my house. So they were some of the first fusion musicians. Are y'all familiar with fusion?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Oh,
we old heads on the low.
Era. We
old heads on the low.
Exactly. My dad was one of the first fusion musicians, Marcus Miller. And all of those guys are collectively the sound behind Jamaica Funk. That's what
it is.
Yeah.
So when they say Jamaica Funk, a lot of people think
speaking our language.
The island. It has to do with Jamaica Queens. There was a certain vibe and a sound of funk and style that wasn't everywhere else. And I'm birth of that. I'm a New Jack Swing baby. You know, so I didn't make sense with most of my generation with the stuff I was creating opposed to the stuff we were growing up on. And now in my 30s, I'm still like, I could do it. Spit on a bitch. Like that's no creativity for me.
Yeah, it's too simple.
It's too simple. I'm still in the jam session. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to break out of it just to be like, come on, nigga, like you. Like I could do all that shit. It's fun. It is so fun. But I would not be true to me if I didn't still stand for the substance of sound.
Salute. Facts. Yeah.
That's all I want to be known as. Like I was a real ass nigga, and I
love it.
I mean, and at the end of the day, I didn't play with God, and I was true to the sound. I want to switch it up so bad. Sometimes I just be like, no one's gonna understand that. Right. They used to always tell me, Yummy, you're good, but you just go too far left. And they'd be like, you know what, you sing too good.
Fact.
What's that even mean?
Too good.
I don't even know what that means.
Right. What does that mean? How can you sing that good and look that good? How can you look that good?
You're supposed to tell me I'm dope.
Nice? Yeah. I'm like, so what? Every pretty girl is me? Like, I would be so confused because everything that I am just didn't make sense to any of the record labels. That's why it took a while for me to get a deal. Niggas did not know what to do with me. But if you just let me do me, you don't have to know what to do with me.
Right.
All you got to do is point me in the direction. Like, I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what I am.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But it's a dope direction wherever God is leading my career. I'm not putting any pressure on anything. I'm newly divorced, so I'm going through a whole transition. That's why I can't even just really focus on myself like I want to, more than smoothing out this transition for my children. I got 2 little girls, so
got you.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we glad you came on. We got to get you back on again. Like to me, when we wrote down, we said we got to talk to Yummy again. To me, we know Hitmaker, and to me, you like the female Hitmaker. You know what I'm saying? Like the pen is just serious. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our guy Bryson Tiller, man. But to me, you Pen Griffey.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm saying?
Pen Griffey.
Bryson Tiller,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Tiller sings to my soul.
Yeah.
But, he's ill with it. Yeah.
Like again, like it's you a royalty. We had to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get you on again. But like I said, we need that music though.
I got you.
Talk.
I got you.
That's what's up.
I'm really excited for y'all to hear it, and I want y'all opinions.
Yeah. Oh, you go? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, Yummy Bingham in the building. Y'all go check her out. Her social media is crazy. Please go check it out. And we need more videos from you. Come on now.
All that is all that I got lined up on the schedule to attack. Like I have to attack all of that.
Like
that's what's up right there. We appreciate
you. Always welcome here. You know what I'm saying? We need to get you back on again. But 40 years out, we got to get you back. So we're going to be hollering at you 100%.
We got to.
There you go.
Much love.
Great y'all. Love y'all.
All right.
Hey,
thank you.
Much love. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, man. Yummy serious.
Yeah, you
Mega
got it.
serious.
You got it.
Mega serious.
But again, y'all thought it was over with, man. We got one more situation. We got to continue, man.
Got to continue.
Nino's in the building.
Nino.
You know what I'm saying?
The Beige is back. The Beige is back.
Nino!
The Beige is back.
Beige is back.
Oh,
got that ice cream man white on like me.
Yeah, man. Hold on. Tell them about the brand though. Tell them about the brand though, man.
Man, that's just something that spawned from my first album. You know, shout out my first album. That was Letters from the Valley. And,
okay. I was actually about to just ask you about that too. That's funny that you.
Now hold on. Where can they get the Don't Be Fake It?
Lettersfromthevalley.co.
Okay.
So
okay.
We'll put that in the description.
From the Valley, yeah, lettersfromthevalley.co, and I'll type it in on the side if I can.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, J.Camp.
Yeah, and yeah, because speaking of the letters, that's where I first got put on. You know, shout out to you, Iceberg. You shared that with the group, and we was jamming it. What's what's like the I don't want to say motive. What was the drive to kind of kick that one in gear? I know this like your first project, but like as far as like musically,
first of all, you had to smoke up on that joint. You know, that's a smoker's joint.
I did. I mean, you know, I don't lie.
First of all, we talking about Nino's album, official album,
right.
Letters from the Valley.
Letters from the Valley.
Yeah, it's definitely
man,
like a smoke shop situation. It's a vibe.
I'll tell you because
go ahead.
I was just saying like I'm like a lo-fi, like boom bap type fan. So when I heard that, I was like, this is kind of my lane right here, you know. But go ahead, Nino.
Yeah, letters is. I like to think of letters as more like a cornucopia. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was like it was for sure a passion project because at the time I was just into working with artists. You know what I mean? And then I kind of started to look at my catalog and I realized, man, I got a lot of stuff that's kind of sitting on the hard drive, and I kind of got inspired. I said, you know what? I didn't really get into this to become like the producer artist per se. But I was like, I think I need to kind of show the world what my versatility can look like. You know what I mean? And by that time, you know, I remember I had a board up on the wall in the studio and I wrote down all the artists I had worked with, and it was like 50 names. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just started going through them. You know what I'm saying? And so some of the songs were songs that I had in the cut, but then I just was like, I'm gonna take my time, because at the time when I started working on Letters, I think I was kind of in the sort of wrapping up with Coast Contra initially. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna just take my time because I don't have to rush. You know what I mean? And I always say you got your whole life to make your debut album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I started cooking up some stuff, started sending some music out to some of the artists. And then again, I kind of went back through the catalog and started to pick certain things out, you know what I'm saying, that I really wanted to, to get out into the world. And, you know, I just kind of curated it and it became what it came, you know. Shout out to Young Raz.
Hey, shout out to Bloodlyne. Bloodline's in the building, man.
Bloodlyne.
All day, man. Hey, that's the record is serious. The I Do record is serious.
It is serious.
Go check out Bloodlyne and Nino's IG to go get that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to my guy. But you know, shout out to Young Raz, because the song that we did, Color Part 2.
That was a dope track.
Yeah.
That's featured
too.
You know, that features his mom, Tidra Moses. And when she came into the studio to do the track, because first of all, let me just say that particular song on that album was, to this day, it's one of my favorite songs, because
it's dope.
The session just seemed like it was magical. It was like me and Raz was the only two here that night, and you know, when we got done with the record, I promise you, we must have played that song back to back for the next 2 hours after we got to it.
Word.
Because it just something just about it felt special. You know what I'm saying? It was like nothing like we've ever done before. You know, and a lot of stuff was happening on the fly to put that record together the way we did. And I had a singer come in and do some references. And then he was just like, yo, I think I can get my mom on this. And then that's when Tidra just happened to be in town. So she came by and laced it, you know, and that song was actually supposed to be for a solo project for him.
Got it.
Okay.
What happened was is that he knew that what was going on with Coast Contra was that it was going to be a while, you know what I'm saying, before they got
right, yeah,
situation, you know what I mean? So, and it was a last minute addition. So I ended up hitting them up, you know, saying like, yo, man, do you mind if I actually put that on my album? Because I would love to present it, and you know, and I got the green light. So that's how that song, you know, ended up on there. So, and another record off of that album, so I'm talking about Smoking Up, was Smells Like California.
Okay.
That was the first song that I ever actually penned myself.
Okay.
And that was just all strength. I was at the Standard Hotel on a Friday night, kicking it. It's a rooftop type of vibe, and I was smoking, but I was smoking, and we all of a sudden through the sections where we were at, you could smell weed, but I wasn't really smoking weed. But a dude in another section looked at me, and I was like, "Yo, it's not me." And he was like, it's a Latino guy, and he goes, "Smells like California," you know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Damn." I was like, "Man, that sounds like a song." So in the car ride home that night, I just started just coming to me. You know what I'm saying?
To me, the highlight on that album too, man, is Travis Walker.
Yeah,
a lot of cats don't know about Trav.
Yeah. Because actually, that version with Trav on it is like, I think the second or third version of that song. Because the first time that I produced that record and we laid it down, it was another vocalist, and it's interesting because it sounded like it could have been like a Snoop single, the way that it sounded before. And I kind of just held on to it. You know what I mean? It was just one that was on the drive. And then I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it's at that time, Travis had started coming around, and I was like, you know what? Let me give him an opportunity to do the song. So actually, when we did the first version with he and I, it's pretty much the same production as what you hear now, but it was like a slow groove. It was like bedroom banger. You know what I'm saying?
Bebop.
He was there. You go.
Bully.
Stop. Yeah, bully. Stop.
Last minute, I don't know what came over me. I was just like, let me actually make this a little bit more up tempo, and that's when I actually just changed the drums out, and that became the version on that album that you all hear today.
Okay.
So
Letters
from the Alley, that was like my baby. That was the one that I popped it off, and like one or two of those songs actually got placed in the movie.
It's definitely got that LA vibe, 100%.
Yeah,
it does. It sure does.
Yeah.
So from that project to your connection with Coast Contra, you produced a joint on there, Activated, off that 505 album, right? That group is smoking right now.
Let's be clear, they're the hottest hip hop group right now. Let's be clear.
They are. They are.
They're killing
in the game. Like, there's nobody rocking with them.
Correct. So with that said, can you talk to us about that journey and just what went all what that process was, how y'all connected for that? Just any highlights that you'd like to share in regards to that song and working with them on that project for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times when projects come out, it's fresh because when the general audience, like, nobody's heard it before.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff that I did with them, that was like a much longer process. So it really all started. I always have to give a big shout out to Sid from the internet.
Okay.
So what happened was, at the time, I was still working my day job. I used to work at Guitar Center, and me and Sid became cool because she was like a client, and then we just started kind of hanging out, kicking it, that sort of thing. And that was crazy. I was at work one day, and she sent me a text, was like, "Yo, I'm having my album release party tonight at the Peppermint Club. Fall through." So I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go to that." So I just hollered at my boss, like, "Yo, I gotta do some." You know what I'm saying? I gotta be somewhere I didn't gonna have to be.
F you, I'm out.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll give you like sort of the abbreviated version, but that was sort of the genesis, because at that party, I ran into and met a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? And one of the people that I ran into was the guy who they're actually signed to now.
Okay.
So shout out to Black with Area 51. So he actually ended up playing. We kind of were like linking up, kind of doing some partnering stuff with the studio. And so as more like he was kind of more of an A&R at the time. He was working at Columbia, but kind of doing his own thing. And he came by and started playing records for me. And it was just a bunch of different artists, bunch of different songs. And it was this one song with one artist. And I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I knew that. And it was actually Eric Jamal.
Okay.
So at the time, I didn't know that the twins existed. I didn't know nothing. Didn't know nothing about Rio. I didn't even know who Coast Contra was. I just knew Eric Jamal. So I was like, get that guy in here. And about 3 months later, he texts me, Black texts me. He's like, yo, I got a surprise. I'm like, what's up? He's like, Eric's come to the studio. So I was like, oh shit. So that was super dope. So Eric shows up. I'm playing through beats or whatever, what have you. Truth be told, he really wasn't feeling it. And I was like, damn, that sucks. But he's like, yo, my roommates will really like your stuff. And that was the twins. That was Taj and Raz.
Okay.
So came back as a group. And then I was just like, yo, what? Like, you, Tidra Moses is your mom and Razkaz is your dad. Like, I didn't even know y'all existed. You know what I'm saying? And they look pretty much kind of like both of them. Really, as the guys, they kind of look more like Raz. But if you really look at them, they kind of look like both of them mashed together.
Okay.
And he was right. They was feeling it. And then that's kind of where the whole thing began. You know what I'm saying? That was like where the whole journey began. And during the time that I was working when we just did a bunch of music. So Activated is actually kind of like a street single that they released on YouTube as a video. It's actually not even out on streaming. Wow. So it's not on the project. On the project, I have a song. Oh my God, I'd be so terrible with names, man. There's a song on the album that's an interlude, basically, and it's got got an artist that's singing and then Eric Jamal's rapping at the end. But that was something that came along later. So we still got Coast Contra and I still have like probably 25, 30 songs in the tub.
All right.
And I'm currently sending them stuff for the second project. So we'll see. But Activated in particular, that came out as well, actually we did it as a sort of like a buzz record to kind of get some content out on them to lead up to Apartment 505.
Got it.
The album was crazy, by the way, too. That Apartment 505 was dope.
Yeah. So
definitely a hip hop rollback.
Yeah.
The process of Apartment 505 started probably 5 years ago. 20,
man.
All right.
Okay.
I mean,
it's a journey, man. Like the music is a journey. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So I was super proud when they actually, announced the release date and stuff, because there's a lot of things that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So you're just not like throwing stuff out there in vain. You know what I mean? So
and let's be clear, like they're on the new single with Sierra. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. By the way,
that's a major pull. That's a major pull.
That's a major joint. And then Toby as well.
Yeah.
Toby.
Yeah.
Another heavy hitter.
Like what is it, Destruction or Indestruction or something like that? I forgot the name of that. That one's tough too. If you've seen the visual. So
Toby's a monster too. Just like that. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Since you tapped into LA, who's some cats right now that you can think of that are about to blow that nobody knows about, like nationally, but they killing, locally right now?
I would say I'll give you an R&B cat.
Okay.
Matt King.
Okay.
All right.
And it's Keane.
Keane.
Yeah. Check him out.
Yeah.
Are y'all familiar?
All right.
Are y'all familiar? And it's Mac M-A-C-K.
Right.
Okay.
Are y'all familiar with Joyce Rice?
Nah.
Have you ever heard? Oh well, y'all got.
Oh yeah, no. Joyce. Yeah. Nice hair.
Yeah. She's half black.
She got a banger. Yeah. She just came out with an album a couple months ago.
Yeah. She's half black, half Japanese. She's from LA.
Yeah.
So
she's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
He actually had done some shows with her, and then it's kind of crazy how it works out, because like she's kind of on kind of breaking out right now, but she's kind of like Lucky Day kind of took her under his wing, so she's gonna be touring with her.
Okay. Shout out to Lucky. Okay.
So then
shout out to Lucky, man. He's doing this thing too.
No, absolutely. So like when Joyce had launched the show, Mac, that was kind of supporting her. So it's kind of like a little system. So I think that eventually y'all gonna hear about Mac. He's a super dope white boy, man. He got some soul. He be playing the keys like on some Stevie shit. So that's
okay.
Stevie.
So yeah, he has a project.
I'm going to definitely check home. Yeah.
Are y'all familiar with Selection? Selection.
Yeah. Selection. Yeah, man, I've been jamming the hell out of Selection.
Yeah. He has a project out with Esther from Selection right now. They got a project out. So when you go pull up Matt King, you'll check it out. Now, on the hip hop side, oh my God, I'm trying to think, man. Because I'll be honest, like right now at the top of my head, nobody is necessarily popping out that I would say that fits, sort of that mold. I mean, probably when we get off, I'll probably think of, oh shit, such and such.
like five guys I thought of. Yeah.
Right. And since I've been in the music, I think that it's interesting that as a genre that I probably still listen to primarily, I've throughout my career, if I had to do a breakdown of I worked with rappers versus singers, I probably worked with 3 times more singers, male and female, than I have hip hop artists.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, like the stuff that I come up, if I'm cooking, if I'm not using samples, because what I'm saying, Iceberg will tell you, what I'm saying, I used to stay away from samples just because the business of samples.
Yeah. You don't want to you don't mess up your money. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I would always get into, I would always play stuff myself. So my natural, feel, my vibe is very melodic. So then that attracts more vocally driven, like singers and artists and stuff.
Got you.
Like Bloodlyne, what I'm saying? Bloodline's super dope.
Yeah.
Well, this my question, man, before you guys go in. You've been in the game when Atlanta was like heavy in the music, then it turned into TV, right?
Right.
So how's the industry changed since you started out in Atlanta?
I mean, I think it's more like the TV and film has more so added on to what Atlanta had going on. Okay. I don't think that the scene necessarily has diminished. I mean, because you still got, the little babies of the world.
Well, I'm even saying just industry wise. Because remember back then it was like handheld CDs, physical copies, street teams. You know what I'm saying? Remember we was out when Jeezy and them was getting busy. You know what I'm saying, and doing that street run. Now the industry is more digital now. So how are you seeing the game changing a little bit? Or is it still the same as far as the back end where you're at?
Are we talking like industry in terms of like the business behind the scenes, or just kind of like the presentation?
Both.
Because I mean, obviously we all know like the presentation has changed because of social media. And I've been, a lot of people don't realize it, but I've been in LA for 8 years.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So by the time I left, what I'm saying, like it was, I left at the very tail end of that. I always call it the weird period of music distribution, because there was a time period where, like, the last project that I was associated with was, shout out to my guy Sky High. Like I was managing and producer for him. Sky. We put a project out, and I remember we couldn't decide if we should put it out for free or charge people. But the means of distribution at the time was like freaking what was it called? Mediafire or some shit. Like you had to just download it. It wasn't streaming, you know what I mean? But it was antiquated. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that was a weird point if you were in music at that time, like around probably like anywhere from like 2010 to 2014, 15, you know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, okay, like this is weird because we don't.
That Trinidad Jones James situation, like either you was going viral or you wasn't doing no numbers.
Right. Yeah, and back then nobody really knew how to get into iTunes independently. Now you just go to DistroKid and boom, it's out. You know what I'm saying? Right. Back then it was just like, wait, how do we even do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, we got to zip up the files and put it out.
You had to do that Piff or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like a very transitional phase when I left. You know what I mean? As far as the analog to digital. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Behind the scenes, I'll be honest, I don't think much has changed, except for the fact that, and I'll tell any artist out there, like, don't be discouraged by small numbers, because you don't really ever know who's watching. So the difference is like, if you have small numbers and somebody discovers you, then you got to go, you're going to kind of go that old school route, right? So your first deal probably not going to be great because you have no leverage. There's just somebody believes in you and wants to build
some money behind you.
Yeah. So that and that's kind of that's the sort of the Coast Contra model. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of were discovered in the early phase of their career that they never had crazy numbers like that as far as social media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they were discovered by good people, powerful people in the industry that can who believed in the vision,
But then they went viral off of that freestyle.
Right.
Now here's the interesting thing though. They went viral off the freestyle, but they were already coming off a tour with Cordae.
Wow.
So, okay.
And shout out to Cordae too.
Shout out to Cordae, with them sideburn beards.
Cordae got bars though.
Yeah, he got bars all day. He's different, man. He's different.
Right.
So that was starting to break them through, because a lot, and that's part of that whole situation, is that if you are an artist with a smaller following, then pretty much the main way that they're going to break you is putting you on tour with a larger act, because when you go on the road and you're starting to open up for somebody else's fan base, then that fan base can become your fan base. So they were already starting to build it. So I would say when they went on tour, they might have had, I'm gonna say, about 8,000 to 10,000 followers. By the time they were coming off tour, they were like around.
Not bad.
Yeah, and they were already they coming off tour for however many, probably month or two, because I think they jumped on like maybe midway through his tour and did some big cities. By the time they came back, they might have been 40, 50K. But then as soon as they came back, the freestyle went viral, and then the album was coming right after that. So I was looking at it like, oh, this is just lining up perfectly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then next thing you know, you get blessed with the Sierra situations off the
right.
Check.
Well, yeah. But I mean, by that time, like everything,
it's rap. Yeah.
Because they were on the Jimmy Fallon show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before that record even came out. So like, their profile is high now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and this is the thing, like with them being in LA is different, but obviously you're from the Midwest, Atlanta, LA. What advice would you give for people who are in a situation where you're not in a major city? Like, what would you give as far as like your transition into LA? Can you do it from a Midwest, or do you have to get out there?
No, now because of the internet, it's more democratic that way. Somebody could be in Evansville right now and have something go viral, some content go viral, and who cares?
And they in the game. Yeah.
Right. You'll be right there in the game. You know what I mean? So that's an advantage versus, years ago when we was coming up. You know what I mean? You would have had to go to those places.
Yeah. Unless you was on your E40 Master P.
right.
You had
straight out the trunk.
Open.
Yeah.
Going to the city.
Or the other side of it is, or you just got to be crazy as hell like me. Because a lot of people, when I moved to LA, and it's funny looking back, because when I moved to LA, everybody was looking at me crazy like, dog, you want to do music? You was already in Atlanta. Why the hell would you leave?
Yeah.
And it's a couple of reasons. One reason was that I knew my sound, where I wanted my sound to go, was going to be broader than trap. And I felt like I was going to be competing with 15, 16-year-olds who were using Fruity Loops and just coming up with
sense, though.
And making hard trap. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like,
I'm picking my Soulja Boy on the beat.
I don't want to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna make some trap beats, but I'm not gonna only make trap beats. And then the other half of it was my brand. Like my brand was so strong as a photographer that it was kind of like that whole, Kanye thing where it's like, well, you can't be everything to everybody. You can't do more than one thing. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what I ran into in the industry, because all the industry people knew me as the photographer. So it's like, hey man, I'm gonna do music now. And you're in Atlanta, it's like, oh well, bro, everybody do music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I said I was crazy was because at the time that I left, nigga, I was not nice. You know what I'm saying? I was not nice. Like if I played them beats that I was working on at that time, like dog, I was just starting out, really, essentially.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't nice. And I look back, I was like, bro, you was crazy to move all the way to LA, not realizing that, like, dog, you don't even have a skill set. But as soon as I touched down is when, it was like I was going to boot camp. You know what I mean? Like I was going to work and coming home literally every single night, day in and day out, and making music, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a never ending grind.
Well, and this is the thing. You're from Indiana, and shout out to Philip Lawrence, man, from Indiana, man, holding it down, doing his thing with that new TV show.
Oh yeah.
Do you see your career kind of going like that?
In terms
like,
of
as far as like writing, producing, or do you still want to do artistry, are you looking for artists?
I'm kind of old. If I put it like this, if I'm looking for an artist, I would definitely be for sure looking for a rapper.
Okay.
Because I want to take an MC and craft the sound and be able to express my creativity that way. Like I didn't really get into it to be an artist, but it's just certain times where I have music or I'm inspired and I just want to put it out. Like I never thought I would make an instrumental album, you know, and I dropped my first instrumental album this year, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I heard that too.
And that's the Low End Fury.
That came out in
shout out to Bloodlyne
March,
on
right?
On the sub too, man. Shout out to Bloodlyne on the sub, man.
Yeah, make sure y'all cop that
Low End Fury. So like I said, you still want to stay on the backside of the industry.
Oh yeah. I've actually got I'm writing a pilot script for a TV show right now that's loosely based on my experiences coming from Atlanta to Indiana. So like that'll be the next phase, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like everything's happening, you know, in the time frame that it should, you know what I mean? Because you know, you speak of Phil, you know, Phil was in the industry for a long time before they got that break.
He was at Disney, let's be clear. He grinded. I mean?
Yeah, he definitely grinded his way up. You know what I mean? So when I look at what I've done in the short period of time that I've been, relatively short period of time I've been in LA, I'm like, yeah, I'm right on schedule. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I will do will probably be more so behind the scenes. Because again, like I'm not like looking to be like, because that's the other thing about me being a producer and then also putting out music is like if you're an artist, you should be putting out music and then touring. Like I'm not gonna tour music. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's how you make your bread nowadays on the tour joint.
That's how you get bread. You know what I'm saying? I might do appearances and like speak and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna go out there and be looking to perform because the thing is, like, I have so many artists. Like on my first album, I think it's like 16 artists. Like so, it would almost be impossible to coordinate all them artists to come at one time. And
do a show,
So I can see
you have
like
to be on that Diddy. The family type tour.
Yeah, I can see like maybe potentially in the future if I was to like, okay, so I'm working with Bloodlyne and then I get a rapper and then maybe I have one other artist. You know what I'm saying? Like then if I'm producing all of them acts, then that makes sense. Then if I put out an album to kind of break then we can all collectively go out and showcase what we got going on. But you know, all the songs on the projects that I release are pretty much you know, it's good relationships, you know, shout out to D Woods and you know, and One Below, you know what I'm saying? So, and Hasib, and I mean, I could just keep on naming all the different artists, you know.
You've been stacking up a lot of cats out there, man, as far as just working with them. Again, like I said, this is why we wanted to get you on the platform. We see what you're doing. We see you grinding.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. And shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all for really building FRSHOUT into what it's becoming, man. I'm definitely proud, man.
Yeah, much love.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, it starts with cats like you, as far as like on every level, as far as like just your success, as far as like believing in yourself, getting out there grinding, and still having the connection of that golden era of hip hop and rap.
Yeah,
and
man.
Still bringing that to this new age. Like you said, you're not doing trap. And like I said,
these
guys gonna be feeling you more than others. Yeah, you're still being yourself and you're doing your thing. And you're still bringing that golden era of rap and hip hop,
which is what we asked for. That's what FRSHOUT wants.
Yeah, exactly.
And I kind of look at that as sort of that's my superpower. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally come from that era. So if I do that, I feel like it's gonna be when I'm doing that, it's authentic. You know what I mean? Because like I was outside. You know what I'm saying? But then I can still do what people do today, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I got a little bit of range. I just say that, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Definitely got some
We definitely appreciate your presence tonight, brother. Any final words of wisdom, pearls, or anything like that you like to share? Pearls of wisdom. Any additional pearls of wisdom that you would like to give, or if not, either that or maybe share what's next coming up project wise. Whatever.
We need some more music, man. Real talk.
Do.
Project wise, interesting you guys to say that. I'm actually probably in the past couple of days, I'm thinking about doing Letters from the Valley Part 2.
Okay.
All right.
Exclusive news. Okay.
I got some I got some Coast Contra records, you know what I'm saying? I got a ton of records with Bloodlyne, and I got a couple of things other than the tuck, and then I've just got new relationships, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm thinking about that, man. I'm thinking about doing that as far as moving forward. you know, the TV project, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's been fun and interesting. So kind of keep your eyes and ears open for that, because that may be coming soon. Well, let me not say soon. It's gonna be coming. It could be soon, but you know, that it's gonna come. I'm definitely manifesting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to Willie Hen. So if anybody knows who Willie Hen is, go do your research. He's
Willie, man.
Willie Hen. He's a super dope artist from Atlanta, and so, you know, I moved from Atlanta to LA, and so the show is kind of based on sort of that storyline, but it's going to be Willie instead of me.
Okay.
Like if Willie was to move from Atlanta to LA, then this is what that whole situation could look like. You know, so it's kind of like the Office meets Insecure. That's what I was
Okay. All right.
What a crossbreed.
Before you get out of here, man, what's right now to date? What's the best album out this year? Best album, man. We put you on the spot.
You put me on the spot.
Top three. Let's give you top three.
If you do top three, yeah. Because I mean, honestly, I was gonna say if I had to pick one, I was definitely gonna go with Drill Music and Zion.
Yo,
that
album's a problem.
Yeah,
that album's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
If I hadn't heard that, if that didn't come out when it did, I probably would have said, you know, Mr. Morale. You know what I'm saying?
The Kendrick. All right.
You know, like that's just something different, man. That project is something different.
Yeah,
you know
it is.
It's a whole nother stratosphere. Like when I heard that,
I agree,
like,
touch.
You know,
I saying that Tenor Talk 4.
That album's a problem, bro.
Oh no, Tenor Talk 4 is hard. And shout out to Benny. I met him a couple weeks ago, so hopefully I'll get some joy with him.
Benny with them braids.
But Mr. Morale that's something. But when you start talking about drill music and Zion, I mean, you're talking about an album that he wrote in 72 hours. And when you listen to it and the cohesiveness of the album, I'm like, oh, this might be one of Luke. This is what this arguably.
It's dope. It's dope. It's raw too. It's raw. Like the whole sound of it is raw. Yeah. It sounds like something that anyone on this call.
We was making it in the dorm rooms type.
We was making it in the dorm room. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that sound like to me.
You know, and shout out to Soundtrack, the producer, because I'm sure he had like the ideas for the beats, but then if you actually follow him, you'll see that the reason why it didn't come out, like, because when Lupe first sort of told everybody what he was doing, everybody thought, well, he gonna do an album 3 days and drop it, and he had to come back and correct himself and say, well, look, no, I did the album
in 3 days.
And that's because I believe Soundtrack then took his time to go and actually really produce the album. He brought in live. Yeah, he brought in live musicians to play bass, play keys, and all that shit to make it sound as good and as warm as it sounds. So I'm like, right now, I'm on that drill music in Zion, man. I'm like, that's me. I'm giving him the nod because it's one of the things where it's like, I want Lupe to get those flowers.
Yeah. He deserves it, man.
I've been blessed to be. It's kind of weird during the pandemic. I was on live with Lupe like twice, randomly. And he always picked me because he just saw he was my name. He was like, Nino Biege. What the fuck is Nino Biege? You know what I'm saying? And then we would get on there, we'd just be chopping up like we knew each other for years. I told him about how I met him in Vegas like years ago and how funny that shit was. Because matter of fact, I asked him when I met him the first time in Vegas, I asked him how much was features because I wanted to get a feature for Bully.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Bully, man. All day.
Shout out
Bully
to
Nelson
man.
in the building.
Bully Nelson.
Yeah.
So I told him that story was cracking up and shit. And that was kind of what I was alluding to. It's just like, bro, like we really need to give you your flowers because like the industry is what sort of I feel like tainted the perception of a Lupe. So somebody who was born in 2000, they think about Lupe Fiasco. They're not gonna realize like how big he really was.
He was huge, man.
Yeah.
You know had Hove on the.
Dude, he had a whole feature, man. Come on,
he had a whole feature, bro.
Yeah. And he executive produced Food and Liquor. You know what I'm saying? So that's a super time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So that's why I was like, you know, I'm riding for Lupe. But I mean, Mr. Morale is the one. I feel like there's one other album. What else? It was another joint that came out this year. Oh, probably definitely a third place for me would be 2000 from Joey.
Okay.
Joey's different.
Yeah,
Joey's different.
Joey's tough. That joint
it got my man Larry June on there, so I had to, like the vibe of the whole records, man, are crazy. Static Selector, he went in on that record, and I love that record
Static
with
a monster
with West Side Gun, that 9/11 joint.
Yeah,
West
Side Gun don't miss.
Yeah,
and Fly God, that album is hard too.
It's a problem too. Yeah,
I mean that's just on brand.
Right. It's on brand.
How small the music industry is. When I was listening, I was in the green room listening to Yummy, right? So I meet Yummy at a producer named Dre Knight's studio, probably in 2019. Okay. And she was with Molly Music. Y'all know Molly Music, right?
Yes. Shout out Molly.
Yeah. So her and Molly came in and he was playing me some stuff, and I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. And she was, y'all were talking about how much she's been working with Talib, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So me and Talib actually have the same attorney.
Wow.
Okay. That's all the crazy.
It's like, okay, well, I met Yummy here. She worked with Talib. Talib is rep by the same person who reps me, and she actually now manages Madlib as well. So it's kind of like crazy how just small, it's like 1 degree of separation, man, in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to all them people.
All day.
Well, and like I said, man, we need like, and the same thing I'm telling you is like, hey man, we need more like not TikTok stuff, but we need more. I mean, you give us insight into what you do on your IG, but it's like, yo, we still need like more of the music, still more of the background. We need all that.
We want to pump that. We got the beat packs and all that. Yeah. We want that like Nino.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. It's coming. I mean, you definitely look out for probably the next stuff that you'll hear. Even before I could probably even get to Letters from the Valley Part 2 will probably be more music. It's going to be more likely more music from Bloodlyne and I. So
okay.
And shout out to
Bloodlyne, man.
We're gonna be definitely tapping in.
Appreciate the follow too, bro.
All day. Thanks for the sub.
And this is the thing, like I said, go to our social media after this, man. We'll be having this interview, all the stuff, man, all the highlights, some music from Nino, but also we're gonna have him on rawthinner.com, do a little sit down with him and rap with him on there. So you'll see an article on him too. So again, like I said, Nino, man, appreciate the time, man. You know how we gonna tap in. And like I said, when that new music drops, we got to get you back on here, man. Is to rap and chop up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Maybe we'll be able to stretch across seas and get Bloodlyne on here, man. He's super
facts.
dope.
Yeah, definitely have him on, man. We need to rap.
Yeah.
Like we gotta, and this. I kind of ended on this. Like in this industry, it's kind of a jewel. Like one thing that I learned is that you could put two dope people in the studio, but that don't necessarily mean they're gonna make dope music. Because you still gotta have a vibe and a connection. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he and I, he puts me in a position where I can really do the musical shit that I really want to do. And he knows how to articulate it and put his sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, when
chemistry,
that project,
man.
Yeah. When that project comes, you're going to hear like sort of like a vintage R&B sound, but then you're also going to hear Afrobeat. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be Afrobeat kind of almost slap pop with it, but still soulful. Because everything that will come from me is going to be some soulful shit.
Okay. That's such a heavy wave too, man. That whole Afro beat wave right now, man. It's just it's crushing. It's crushing.
Right, man. It is.
I was kind of pissed off when we dropped I Do because I was like, we dropped I Do. We already had the release date kind of locked in, and then all these big artists start coming in on this sort of
the same thing.
Yeah, they've been tapping into what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
They've been
trying to hit it before, and you see Drake and Beyonce hit it at the same time.
They sure did.
You got to check your IG, Nino. Make sure you ain't dropping too many jewels on the IG, bro. They coming to Swagger Jack.
Yeah, I didn't think I really kind of put anything really out there regarding that song too early. I thought it was just more sort of visual coming soon type.
No, you didn't. But you had some vibes though. You had like some when you was in the group vibe. They was in there like
this is frequency. It's frequency and vibration. That's all that shit is, man. It's frequency and vibration. We all like everybody's tuning in to that frequency. Because I mean, I still think that I'll play I Do before I play any song off of Drake's album. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
so long story short, if you feeling that Drake joint, that honestly never mind, you're gonna love that I Do joint. Because even better. it's basically going from McDonald's to Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because if
without the long line.
Yeah, because
right.
Something that would have been on that album with just good singing.
Right. Facts. 100%.
Because Drake knows this vocal.
Shout out to Drake. Shout out to OVO. You know how we do.
Shout out to Drake.
You know what I'm saying?
But
all love, man.
Yeah. But Bloodlyne crushing him on that end, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
real talk, man. Drake and OVO need to tap in with you. Real talk and Bloodlyne. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like just don't he got that OVO sweatshop, you know what I'm saying, with the writers. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. But now, like I said, man, again, Nino, salute to you, man. We had to get you on,
big
man,
dog.
and just rap with you, man. We definitely gonna tap in. We want to hear more music from you and Contra, man. Like, we just want to hear the music and also Bloodlyne. Come on, man. We don't
Bloodlyne too. Yeah, absolutely.
All day.
I'm definitely gonna try to tap in tomorrow because I definitely want to hear what Joe Cleasy's been up to. Shout out,
man, dude. That Joe. Hey, it's been in the making, man.
That's gonna be nostalgia.
Yeah,
tomorrow's gonna be nostalgia day.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck around and hire y'all for my PR, man.
You already know.
All day,
right?
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I need no man.
Move behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You dig?
Yeah,
man.
All right, man. Peace out, man. No doubt, man.
Absolutely, Nino, man. Salute to you, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
One.
Hey, we've been running, man, but we still gotta get these hip hop flowers in real quick, man.
There you have it.
First of all, shout out to Yummy, shout out to Nino Beige, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just blessing us tonight, man, with a lot of dope words, wisdom, man. And like I said, the reason why we had Yummy on, man, because we have so much respect, and I think it goes back into what she was saying. I think she's like that Missy Elliott, that Neo. That can make you a hit, sing, dance, all that crazy.
You got to respect her pen game.
Nino coming from where we're from and getting out to LA and doing what he's doing. Let's be clear. That is a serious big moves. And to me, if you want to know and get some more jewels, tap in with him on his social media. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
All day.
Who is y'all flyers of the week, though? That's what we need to know, though. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Bebop. This is just more of a kind of a repeat, somewhat of a repeat, not a repeat of flowers, but I got to go to Kingston, Jamaica / the Bronx on this one.
Ooh,
okay. And I'm gonna bring up Can I to the bus again. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we talked about him. I gotta say, with Can I, he really didn't get as much respect as he deserves at times. Though he clearly wasn't the first hip hop artist really to like hit you with those phenomenal metaphors in the game, I do feel like he was the one that like really was extremely prominent when it came to those striking punchlines, coupled with a major attitude in his bars to the point where, Jermaine was like that go-to artist for a feature back in the mid-90s and pretty much slay every single song that he touched from a feature standpoint. He was the one that basically stood out as the victor. I mean, you listen to that Music Makes Me High remix, the Beast from the East, Desperados on the Firm album, Fantastic Four on DJ Clue, 4321 with LL Cool J, and we know that led to one of the most beasts between Cannabis and LL, but that led to the second round knockout from Can I to swing at LL hard, and LL swung back pretty hard. But that beef stewed for a good minute, and Biz had an okay first album. His second one was, I would say, the best, that 2000 BC. But all in all, the dude's got I think I counted 15 solo LPs, and that's not even counting the work he's done with
100 though.
Yeah, he's done go ahead, J.Camp.
No, I'm just gonna say, I mean, Touch dropped the gem. That first album was good, bro. I don't care nobody say that first Can I album was a problem. I mean, it just was.
Oh yeah, it was real good. Like I said, I think the second one was better, but that first one was very solid, and he's got collabs out this world. partly from our guy in Simply Marvelous, my third rhyme.
Absolutely.
Son One, with
Shout
the
out to
Almighty.
Son One.
Yeah, with the Almighty, you got the Undergods and the Horsemen, and
shout out to Touch.
Others.
Yeah, and the Cannabis album was serious.
It was. So long story short, man, he's still making music, for his fan base. And
shout out to C. Ray Walls too, because he's part of that.
C. Ray Walls as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannabis, man, definitely a legacy artist, and peace, man, peace to that brother, man. Definitely a legend in the game. With that said, J.Camp, who's your flower? Who gets your flowers, brother?
I gotta go with the genius, man, Mr. Liquid Swords himself.
Jizza.
You know what I'm saying?
Jizza.
One of
some of the best bars in the game.
Yeah.
One of the God MCs, man. So
I
mean, ain't too much I need to say about Jizza. We already know his work. We know
talk
his
about
bar game is untouchable. So
man.
You know what I'm saying? Again, it's just nothing I really have to say. Liquid Swords is still one of my favorite albums. It's easily in my top 15. I'll probably say. But man, I mean, Jizza definitely doesn't get enough flowers for being.
He doesn't.
For just
he's
how
a humble cat too.
Lyrical he is too.
Yep.
And he's also another one of them cats too. I call him a slow flow god too, because he talks over them beats. You know what I'm saying? Like Jizza gonna make sure like every bar is meaningful.
Right.
Every bar means something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jizza gonna make sure every single bar, like not just a half a bar, every single bar that is dropped on rhythm, on the BPM means something when Jizza's rhyming.
Yep. And he was one of the 3 founders of the Wu-Tang Clan.
He was.
Along with RZA and Dirt, all 3 of them. Yeah, all 3 of them founded the Wu-Tang Clan. So that's monumental.
Shout out to the Wu. Definitely shout out to the genius.
Yes,
go ahead,
sir.
Iceberg, man. Who you got?
I gotta take it, man, from the studio to the boardroom, man. And gotta give a shout out to an executive over at Sony, man. And if you basically listen to the Mase interview over $1 million worth of game, shout out to that investigative report.
I had Ghostface on there.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
But I gotta give a shout out to John Platt. If y'all don't know who he is, he's from Philly. Okay. He actually was noted to getting Jay-Z over to EMI when he was over there with the Reasonable Doubt 96. Okay. He also did a lot of work with helping Public Enemy and Chuck D, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of joints over there, Tupac. But right now he's at Sony. And if you listen to that Mase interview, he actually was the one who helped Mase get some of his publishing back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That Diddy didn't give him. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's known by Big John, pause, but he's a heavy hit in the game. John is a real one. He's one of the ones who are still fighting for the artist, man, and making big moves on that publishing side of the game. And we got to salute John Platt, man.
Shout out to Big John, man.
If you love hip hop, learn the music and the game behind it.
Study.
Too. You know what I'm saying? So, Big John to go. Yeah. Shout out to Nino knows what's
shout out to Nino. Yeah, man.
So like I said, we gonna get John on here. Like be clear. We're gonna get John on here. We're gonna
gotta get John on here.
If you understand, man, he Philly dude 100. And like I said, if you go back and listen to that Mase interview with $1 million worth of game over with Wallow and Gilly, he talked about Big John, and Big John's the one who really helped him get that bread. So Mase is good. When he's talking about he's good because he got the publishing, but he also got that situation from Magic Johnson on the business game too. So he's been in the game getting heavy, man. So again, like I said, man, shout out to Big John, man. Pause. He's holding it down, man. Any shout outs before we get up out of here, man? Again, Nino, great conversation with him. Yummy.
Absolutely.
It was just amazing.
Awesome
what you got. And
like
I said, we got a Joe Claire tomorrow.
Bananas tomorrow. Bananas.
94 to 99 inside BET Networks, talking to some of the biggest artists in the game that didn't even know they was big at that time.
Joe was our distant relative,
passed away, and we gonna get the jewels tomorrow. It's gonna be
he
crazy.
was our distant relative, man. He put us on.
He was big uncle, man. You learned hip hop through Joe Clair. And let's be clear, one of my favorite interviews is and let's be clear, he was the last person to interview Biggie on camera.
Yeah.
On camera. But my favorite interview was when he was with Jay-Z in the helicopter flying around New York. That was a serious interview.
You talking about flexing.
And also flexing. Big Pun, they was in the barbershop playing the pool.
Yep,
and he talked to Big Pun. So we're gonna chop it up with him, man. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? So any shout outs before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Peace to everybody, man, that rock with us tonight, that stayed on for as long as you did, man. Salute to all of y'all, man. Salute to Nino. Salute to Yummy. Salute to Bloodlyne. Salute to Touch. Salute to Brown Sugar. Salute to Son Weezy.
Yeah, all day. Be marvelous.
And whoever else I'm forgetting, man. I apologize, man. But thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all continue to protect your neck out here. People still wilding.
Get off that monkey pox, man. Stay away from them chicks, man. You know what I mean? That's how you get it.
Make sure your savings account is smooth. Inflation is wilding. So you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you take care of yourself.
Sorry. You can't say the word. You can't say that
word. You can't say the word, man. But make sure you take care of the fam, man. Make sure your peoples is good. Check on your peoples. Absolutely.
Facts.
All day, all day. Bebo.
I had a cough. I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
We don't need no sermon, bro.
Hey, no.
I'm just
you trying to get out of church and the deacon says, you know what? And wipe his mouth. You know what? Let me tell you.
I think we just had a sermon. We just had the sermon. No. Shout out to the people, though, man. Shout out to the FRSHOUT, man. J.Camp said, be safe out here with all this random stuff that's going on, man. Nationally, globally. Just definitely continue to support us and continue to rock with us. Come back tomorrow for a bonus episode with Joe Cleasy. And, just appreciate y'all for rocking with us tonight. Much love to you too, Yummy Bingham. Shout out to Nino Biege. Much love to you, bro. Bloodlyne. And until our bonus episode tomorrow with the legendary Joe Clair, we're interviewing. We'll catch y'all then, and God bless.
Hey, man, LB the Power Father, salute to him, man. First of all, I'm going to take that. When Yummy dipped the camera down, I might have to pause that on this playback. Stop. Shout out to Yummy.
Sounds Nino like Biege, thirst.
Man, like, hey, man, hey. What does Yummy say? Yummy says she's hungry. She ain't thirsty. So,
right, says she's hungry.
You know what I'm saying?
If you got a plate of food in front of her and you ain't trying to eat it, she's going to snatch it.
Hey, man, Amazon. Letters of the Valley.co. Go cop some merch.
Go cop some merch.
I love it, man. I'm definitely gonna cop a shirt. We need to cop.
Absolutely.
Wear them one day.
Yeah, we gonna rock that.
Yeah. Again, like I said, just being clear, just being cool. Like I said, this week, man, y'all make sure y'all good, man, because again, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But again, we're gonna be here tomorrow. We're gonna be here Saturday too. We got Don is Dope on Saturday too. Crazy artist working with Spike Lee. Don is Dope is just crazy, man. Crazy artist. And we're gonna talk to him on Saturday. Joe Clair on Thursday. This is going in. It's been a good year, man, for music and for FRSHOUT.
Absolutely.
So and then go cop that apartment 505 too, man. Cop that, man. Coast Contra, man. Let's tap in, man. Let's just support these dudes and go buy their merch, man. If you like what they doing, go support them, man. So again, man.
Also too, before I forget, salute to Vic Spencer too. Make sure y'all check out that interview, man.
The interview's coming. I got the cut up on the interview. It's crazy.
I meant to say that earlier. Again, that's another bar bully, that we had on. So
Chi-Town all day. We got the hall pass with Vic now, man. I can step down, man. I'll be wearing now with Vic. Shout out.
There you go.
Again, man. Hey, episode 105. We going in crazy. Again, you can catch the audio of this on Spotify and Apple Music too. So tap in with this. It'll be up there live this week, probably Thursday, Friday. But anyway, J.Camp, Bebop, LB the Power Father, Iceberg Slim. We out, man.
Come back tomorrow.
Salute.
Peace.